they're going to take Victor Wembanyama. According to a source close to the Metropolitans 92, Wemby recently met with the Spurs to discuss his vision for the first year, where he let them know, hey, I want to play in every game possible. The Spurs let him know they agree with this vision. They'll do everything possible to make that happen. R&R in the morning. Let's go.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Rise and shine. It is here. The wanking for Wemby is done. The draft day has arrived, and all the efforts finally bear fruit. He is Rudy. I am Rob, and that is Easy E on the other side of the double pane. We're glad you're here. It's going to be a day, man. It's going to be a day.
Edwin ain't buttoned up. He ain't starting the day right. What the hell, man? It's Wemby day. You got to be, but at least you got on silver. I'll give you that. Yeah, but come on, it's Wemby day, bro.
It is.
I'm messing with you, dog.
Wemby day. WD 622-23.
WD.
As long as we can talk about it, we will. I think if we were to play, what was the game where you used to take a shot whenever you heard something?
I
guess that's just what it's called.
That's the game. Shot. Yeah, take a shot every time you hear.
I dare it. So, eat one M&M. Just eat an M&M.
Those are nasty.
You don't like M&Ms?
No, not even the.
You are in the minority, my good friend.
In more than one way, huh?
Well, depending on where you live, I'm in the minority.
For real. For real, right?
That's all kind. But you don't like M&M.
We used to do no.
That's unfortunate. Well, that's actually more fortunate for me. So I know whenever M&Ms cross our paths,
I'm a Twix.
I get them. Twix is good.
Twix, Snickers, Baby Ruth.
But you don't like just the milk chocolate with the hard candy shell. Unfortunate. Well, again, very fortunate for me.
Yeah. We used to take a shot. I know I used to take a shot whenever Brent Musburger would make a gambling reference.
Or something like that. So yeah. I dare someone, go buy a bag of your favorite little bites. Maybe it's just a bite of popcorn.
Okay.
One chip. Get a bag of Lay's.
Okay.
And every time you hear Wemby,
all right,
eat a chip today. Eat a piece of popcorn. See, Rebecca's with us.
Dude, what are you doing? Fire. Why are we doing food? Let's drink. It's Wemby day.
Well,
what are you doing?
If we started drinking right now,
LSU fan does it.
Well, they started last night. They're already ahead of us, especially after the baseball game I watched last night. Woo. Anyway.
Yeah, it's summertime. Rob's watching College World Series. No, but you always watch the finals.
I'm hard up, man. I'm desperately hard up. But we can't drink all day.
Okay, so every time we say Wemby, what do we want people to do?
I just
shot of coffee for now.
Maybe a shot of coffee, a shot of coffee, something like that, because Wemby is going to be said in a variety of different ways. So maybe every time, if Edwin is quick on the draw, we have some kind of sounder. Like,
yeah, we need
maybe
that.
Every fifth one. Because I think if we said Wemby, whatever that might be,
that's already three.
See, already three.
Maybe we'll give y'all a break and say Victor. We'll say Vic. We'll try to say Victor. Will he ever be known as Victor?
I doubt it.
Who's the one Victor in the world? You know how sometimes you can go by one name? We don't have a Victor, right?
I do.
Oh,
Vic Brown.
Yeah, that dude.
He's my guy.
I need you to record 17 spots today, Rudy.
Vic Brown is the around our parts is in charge of all of our audio. He does a bang up job, but he is remote. So all we get is angry emails from him. Record now.
Are you ready for today, Rob?
More than
as
most.
Far as really what this means, the magnitude, everything surrounding it, the hype, the world hype surrounding Victor.
Because you and I, we've been here, we've done this, and I've seen the progression. Right. I know. I've been trying to impart to everybody what's coming. It's going to be ridiculous over just the next 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
From now until Sunday, San Antonio, are going to be the center of the sporting universe. When he arrives on Saturday for that presser, we'll have national coverage from the airport to the AT&T. You'll be the second, or if not, or the lead story on all the ESPN channels. It'll be in the A, B, or C block, probably C or D block on your national news shows, and it'll all be San Antonio. Wemby, take a shot.
It's at 19, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, LeBron was 18. We've had, the guy straight out of high school, of course, but at 19 to be the center of the world, not the U.S., the world. I mean, Good Morning America.
Have you?
Where hasn't he been? And I remember you told me, like, you watch all the different news stations. You wanted to just see where their lineup was. This was yesterday, and you said Wemby was number 3 on everybody's. And this is news. This has nothing to do with sports.
Right. This was him throwing a pitch out on the mound, signing autographs on NBC, ABC, and CBS News. It's
crazy.
It is it is a $1 billion blessing. Yeah, it is, and he's coming here. And we'll find out tonight. You can listen live. The Blitz is gonna be out at the Roo. My advice to you guys: get there early. Stake out your claim, because
I had a buddy text me last night. Man, and again, I don't know why I was up. I took a hellacious nap yesterday, but I was up around 11. I had a buddy text me, "Hey man, do you think you can reserve a section for me at the Roo?" I was like, "Let me talk to Minix." Minix made it happen for him, but I was like, "Damn, that's 8 people right there. That's one section gone. That ain't including."
Let me tell you,
the Sports Star Clan, which we always take up a table,
and
so now you're down 2.
It's going to be freaking
the
zoo.
Roo will be a zoo, and they got $1 Wemby burgers.
Wemby burgers and all.
Yeah, my challenge to Jason will be to have a Wemby burger as it's constructed. Don't break it down to the 12-year-old burger that he would normally have, meat and cheese and bacon. I want Jason Minix to have the Wemby burger as it is constructed by the Roo. With
you know how we can do this?
What is it?
Foie gras.
Foie gras. I want him to have it that way.
For those uninitiated.
Oh my God, that sounds gross.
And black truffle oil.
Why has it got to be black?
Because once you go black,
you know what? I'm not sure. You see why this day is starting? You see how this day is starting. And that's not true. I know a couple of females have gone like, "Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.
I'm good."
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway,
it's going to be a good night. So what we're saying is get there freaking early. Oh, and if you're not going there, go down to the AT&T. Get there early. I'm just saying. The draft pick will go off about 7:15, we imagine. So we're going to take the show from 2 all the way through the draft. It'll be us. Oh, well, first of all, of course, it'll be the Blitz. They got to earn their pay. And then James Pledger will be doing his after innings.
Is he doing his 2-step over there?
Yeah, he'll be doing his mid-show relief.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be there or here. Edwin?
He's going to be here.
He's going to be here. He's going to be, but he will handle. But we'll all be interspersed at that point, and we'll take it all the way through the draft pick. And I assume we might be taking calls right afterwards. But I have a feeling that place is going to be so freaking loud. It's going to be a zoo once it's announced.
Do you celebrate once the pick is made?
I think we will.
For what?
Well, it's kind of like counting. We know it's going to be New Year's. We just count down and then we celebrate.
We know. Are we supposed to scream again?
I think so.
I'm all screamed out from the lottery. We screamed during the lottery. We don't scream tonight, right?
I think it might be that way. I will.
See, there's a video of you. You did the 2 arms up. I was like, damn, Rob went touchdown. I was like, it is basketball, bro.
I was counting 3. That was a Wemby 3.
That was 3. Okay.
That was 3. See. This is the happy ending.
What are we doing?
I don't know
today?
why I want to do this to you this morning. I don't know why I keep trying to embarrass you like that.
Let me address YouTube early. First off, shout out to Jack Vincent chiming in early. First,
hell no.
His
Jack.
first YouTube chime was, "It would be even better if Pop announced his retirement." That's one shot.
Wow. And
And then he follows up with, "Would you be covering Wemby if he wasn't going to any other team?" Yes.
We just wouldn't be broadcasting.
Yeah, we wouldn't be broadcasting from the Roo Pub. But yes, we would. Just like we covered LeBron, just like we covered Zion, just like we covered anybody else that was the quote unquote generational talent.
Why is this, Jack? Why are you so sour this morning?
He hates Pop.
He hates Pop?
He hates Pop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a plethora of reasons why.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. We know why.
But that shouldn't reflect poorly on the silver and black, and especially us.
What did we do?
What did we do?
Damn.
We're doing talking
our
about
job.
Speaking of our job,
what's up?
Wimbledon. Have you heard this? Now, we're not going to get too much into it because Wimbledon announced yesterday that they're going to use artificial intelligence to do some commentating on the match.
That's not cool.
No.
That's not cool.
Now, you can do as you will with a lot of AI stuff, but once you start coming into my house,
see,
unplug that robot.
That's not cool.
That's I wonder how good it could do.
Probably.
Seriously. I mean,
pretty damn good, I'm sure, Rob.
I don't think so.
No?
No,
okay.
I will.
Anyway.
Said the guy that, thanks, Jack. Have yourself a cup of coffee. We're taking you all the way through. Interesting news in the NBA yesterday, and I think it portends to what could be one crazy day in the NBA. The trade last night, there are 4 teams involved, 5 teams involved, and it went back and forth. But long story short, Marcus Smart is now a Memphis Grizzly, and Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn, stopping in Boston.
You hate him.
I think he's the most overrated cat in the NBA today. But that's a secondhand story to what I do believe is going to be I'm not going to say crazy, but I feel like there is a blockbuster coming. I feel like today that somebody is going to have a hair trigger and going to just go, yeah, all right.
Well, one could be. Now, I don't know if it's blockbuster, Rob, but, according to Jake Fisher and Don Harris, Bilal Coulibaly, a 6'8" wing on the Mets 92.
That ain't going to happen.
The Spurs may be moving up to pair him.
That ain't going to happen.
Why not?
That ain't going to happen.
Why not?
I think it's a very nice thing to say to 2 bros. That ain't going to happen.
Why not?
Well, I get going to get him. I've watched this cat, and he does have an upside.
But what?
There ain't no need to move too far up.
But Rob, the thing is, everybody's been over there watching him.
I know. I agree with the fact that he looks like an NBA player. But I think it's something you say to somebody like, yeah, man, we'll go get your bro. Oh, man, it just didn't work out. Well, it just, dang it. Darn it. We wanted to get Bilal Coulibaly.
Are you sure, Rob?
I've watched him. He plays hard-ass defense. He's got some athletic gifts, but this shot is broke. Now, we could bring that in and do another Sohan, I guess, but not a lot of offense around that corner. I'm just gonna throw that. And if you're trading into the first round to do something, you kind of want to go get a well-rounded dude.
This is the thing, Rob. Most of these well-rounded dudes are one and done, just like he is.
He's a little bit further behind.
Yeah. No, he's been playing pro ball. What do you mean he's behind?
I watched him. And he had the best 3-point run of his professional career over this little playoff span, and that was at what, 30%? It's broke. He can't shoot.
Neither can Sohan.
And
he got pick number 9.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if we want to go dive in and do this again,
right?
But we needed Sohan to do a lot of other things.
Scoop
this
can't
draft,
shoot.
Again. There's a lot of guys that
Scoop
I take.
Can't shoot.
There's several guys that can't. I'm just saying. That's not the most prudent move on the court. Now, off the court, to keep the man happy, and we're going to talk a lot about Wemby's group. To keep the man happy.
The story.
That might be the reason why you go do that, because there has been a history of making sure we get to take care of the minder to come in with the star. So I wouldn't be opposed, but it just that's a big
that to me again. We can. Everybody. We've heard from everybody on Wemby on, oh my God, the length and the shot and this and that. Everybody has an opinion as far as his game. For us that have suffered since 2018 here in San Antonio, the storyline to me is you got him. Now, what do you do to keep him? Our biggest storylines, Rob, other than, Tim retiring, Manu retiring, what happened with Kawhi? Why'd he go? Was it him? DeJounte Murray, why'd he go? Was it him? Marcus Aldridge, why was he unhappy? What's going on? That has plagued us for the last 5 years.
I don't think we're alone.
I don't think we're alone either. I'm just saying this is Wemby. He's here. While everything about him screams he's humble, Rob, he also, you listen, he is. And there's certain things he wants done a certain way.
I'm going to ask you the question. Certainly, you saw the interview with Robin what's her name? Roberts on Good Morning
America,
where they were at the Tavern on the Green.
Random, right? I guess they paid.
Maybe they
paid.
Yeah,
Rob.
they had it.
Tavern on the Green paid big money for that.
And maybe tall doors. I don't know. Maybe it was just easier for him to get in. But he comes across. I like him. He's got.
So far, he's 19.
Well, no, what I'm saying is,
I don't like a lot of 19-year-olds.
No, I don't either. There's this ignorant arrogance that 19-year-olds walk around with.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, you look good, but you're stupid. I know you're feeling all your oats, but you're stupid.
Right.
You are. I'm sorry. But you're supposed to be stupid at 19. That's the idea. Because most of the stuff you need to do when you're 19, you wouldn't do if you were smart. So you got to go be stupid. But they come across that way. He has a little bit of that French arrogance that I love.
A little bit.
Just enough. I think he has been coached hard in the European fashion. So I think he's coachable. But he got a little bit of that, I'm better than you.
He's been groomed.
And I like that.
Yeah, me too.
He has a smooth kind of delivery. This is the order of events. We're going to break down, of course, the entire NBA draft and intersperse throughout the show. Rudy doesn't know this, but we're going to be doing a mock draft. And we're going to be taking the guys that we expect them to take as we come through the breaks. We've got the player breakdowns that are going to be taken. So those names that you're hearing in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that you've just heard but not really know what they're doing. We got their professional breakdown, what they're good and what they're not. It's really cool. So we're going to do that.
I'm down.
We're going to hear from our favorite local news dude and the conscience of San Antonio sports, the Godfather Don Harris. Had some interesting insight regarding the plans.
Wonder how we could piss Don off this morning.
Well, first of all, Don, wonder when this meeting happened? Did it happen when Pop wasn't supposed to be and see?
Oh, here he goes, Edwin.
It's just an accident.
Here he goes, Edwin.
It's an accident. We were in Paris last week. We planned it.
It was after they got swept by Monaco, Rob. After.
Wow. And then we hear, well, you know what? They did meet. Oh, but it wasn't when Pop was actually in Paris. They met on a Zoomer on his way home. That's probably what happened.
He's
so
let's go. Let's get out of here. You're always starting stuff.
Coming back, let's talk about Wemby and the plan to keep him comfortable, happy, and physically fit. Hold on, we got a lot to do today. It's Wemby. Take a shot. San Antonio Spurs Day. You're on 94.1 and SASportsStar.com. How's your roof today? I hope you're waking up no worries at all about your roof. But let me tell you, it might not have been it might have survived all these storms, but the heat can take its own toll on your roof. If it's over 10 years old and the heat's been hitting it this hard, it might be time to take a look at it. When I talk roofs, I talk about one company, and that is Roof Fix. Roof Fix has been around San Antonio for 40 years. Heck, I'm a 50-year veteran of this city, and I'll tell you, there's no better roofer around. They ain't going nowhere, and they're not just getting here either. So when you call Roof Fix, and you call them at 210, and it's easy to say, Fix Roof, 210 Fix Roof, you know that you're getting 40 years of contributed ongoing excellence from Roof Fix. What they will do for you is take care of you like they did for their neighbors. So for a couple things, when the emergency happens, if you're dealing with an emergency roof problem, give them a call, 210 Fix Roof. 24 hours a day, they are ready to come take care of you. They'll mitigate the damage. They'll put tarps down. They'll do what they need to do to stop the damage, and then they're going to get to work. If you're having trouble with deductible, don't worry about that. There's a variety of programs up to $2,500 can be had to get that deductible taken care of, and there's lots of financing options with approved credit. Go to rooffix.com for all the information there. If you're looking for one of those brand new beautiful metal roofs, hey, the supply chain issues are done. You can get them on in a very cost-effective way with the best roofer in San Antonio. Again, that's Roof Fix. This is what you need to know. There are certain things you need to have as a homeowner, and one of them is a roofer on speed dial that you trust. 210 Fix Roof is that. Dwayne Sharping's my guy. Make him yours. Call Roof Fix when you need him. Call him in the emergency, but make sure you call him. That's 210 Fix Roof. Put it in your phone and thank me later.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is, but the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it, because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
There's no better way to cool down than with this cool deal. Get a medium frozen Coke, frozen Dr. Pepper, or frozen Fanta for just $1.79. Prices at participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey everyone, Michael Kielbasa here with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Since 1949, we've made our sausage with real smoke and honest meat to create our uncompromising slow method to craft that famous mouth-watering Kielbasa experience. I hope that when you see our product, you pick it up, take it home and try it. And if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa Smoked Meats in a store near you today.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Red, white, and dew savings are heating up at the Home Depot. Get great savings that are worth celebrating. And by celebrating, we mean grilling. Get a Dynaglow 4-burner gas grill now on special buy for $1.99 at the Home Depot. It's versatile, easy to use, and includes Digital Pro Controller technology for precise temperature control, making it your go-to grill for all those summer celebrations. Get more done during Red, White, and Dew savings with a Dynaglow 4-burner gas grill for just $1.99 at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hi, April Ansira here from the Ansira Auto Group. And I'm Danielle Gunter, Executive Director of Texas Yes, here to tell you about Drive Away for Education raffle. With your purchase of a raffle ticket, you'll be directly benefiting students and schools across the state. And the winner will choose from a new Chevy, Nissan, Jeep, Volkswagen, or Kia, sponsored by the Ansira Auto Group.
Purchase your raffle ticket today at texasyesproject.org. Winner responsible for tax, title, and license and federal withholding tax.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
You better be dialing 656-3776. You're getting some Dave Chappelle tickets. Get on the phone right now.
Dude.
In an hour, we got Mo tickets coming your way. It is a Hot Ticket Thursday. That's what we do. And the hot ticket, Wemby, take a shot, is expected to be drafted by our San Antonio Spurs just a little bit after 7 o'clock. And as Rudy said in the open, now it is the race to keep, Wemby. It's like getting elected to Congress. You win the vote, and in your acceptance speech, you announce that you're running again.
I know.
So here we go. We got him. Now we got to worry about how we're going to keep him in 3 years. So first of all, you got to make sure his bed is nice, comfy, and soft. You know, he's got a nice
what does he
nest
have to do? A California king?
I can't even imagine.
Oh, you get a 1 of 1. A 7'5" person, the bed ain't at rooms to go. It's not at, you know what I mean? It's not there.
I stayed in an Airbnb one time that had a 1 of 1 kind of mattress that was like 12 feet long, like the biggest freaking mattress I've ever seen.
You stayed at Sean Bradley's Airbnb and didn't know.
Well, it was, you'd have thought. Legit.
No,
it was the biggest bed I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
And
my mind is already, I'm having fun.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of acreage, but you know.
I'm trying to cover it all.
Well, you try. Pull a hamstring though.
All the acres I can cover in 2 minutes.
Anyway, big ass bed. I don't know what you would do. I guess you'd have to.
He's a 1 of 1.
But you got to make sure he's comfortable, right? So he's going to come in and bring a group, bring a squad, as it were.
Some personal trainers, shooting coach. I mean, Dirk had his own shooting coach for forever, right?
Chef, shooting coach. What else? If you could have in your personal staff, who would you have?
On my personal staff, first, one of my dreams is to have a personal chef.
A personal chef would be awesome.
Because, I mean, I can eat clean, but it's going to be really good. Mm-hmm. A personal trainer.
A trainer. Would it be a live-in dude that like would be around you 24/7?
No, hell no. He can't live with me.
All right, gotcha.
Nannies.
Yes.
Plural. All over, older. I'm not trying to do
my eye on some Swedish
I ain't doing that. I'm not trying to get stabbed.
Students.
I'm not trying to get stabbed. That covers it.
Yeah,
I think that's it for everybody, right?
I would need
trainer,
you need a social media type. You need a social media.
I know. You know what? I need a camera crew.
So yeah,
like Cameron Davies. Like Cameron Davies goes everywhere with the camera crew. I need that.
Maybe just one dude with the gyroscope.
No,
I
need three.
Oh, so
I need different angles.
So we got 3 for your socials.
Exactly.
You got your chef.
I got my personal trainer.
You got your trainer.
I got my nanny. So my wife and I can sneak off and go to Spain if we want.
Try out that big ass bed, bab. Then you got your security.
Oh, well, you don't have any kids, but this is mine, right? Oh, this is my personal.
Yeah, this is you.
This is me. Oh, yeah. Then I need the nanny.
Yeah, and then you'd need security. You're a billionaire. I mean, you're worth $1 billion.
I'm going John Morant. I just keep my peace with me.
Show it off every now and again to prove everybody.
Every now and then,
don't come at me, bro.
Every now and then, go on IG Live in the strip club and show you I got it on me.
Don't come after me.
I got it on
He's
me.
Packing it.
I got it on me.
I saw it on Insta. So you need 5-10 guys, the minimum,
right?
And that's really not much to pay when you figure what this guy brings. Don Harris, the conscience, the guy of San Antonio sports. Yeah, we love you, Don. This is what he had to say about what the Spurs are planning.
He's got trainers. He's got medical staff. He's got coaches. I mean, the whole move from Asvel, Tony Parker's owned team, last year to this team with Metro 92 was because Metro decided they would turn the team over to his people, and the whole team was created around him and what he needed for this 1 year to get to the NBA. Whereas Tony's was a professional team, and you just come in and fit in. And I think that's the interesting thing here going forward with the Spurs. He made a comment at the press conference today. No coach will ever tell me not to handle the ball or to shoot threes. I've had coaches try to tell me that's not me. That's not how I play. So this kid's already saying things like he's going to tell Pop how he's going to play. And I think there's going to be a kind of a feeling out process and a get to know each other process because, like I said, he's got a team of handlers. He's used to doing things created around him. Not to say I don't think he'll be a good teammate and that he'll be able to take hard coaching, but it's just going to be so different than anything we've seen before. Kawhi was a Lone Ranger, and look what happened there. I don't think that'll happen here because I think his people are better than Kawhi's uncle, but I do think it'll be a bit of a shock to the Spurs system to see how he operates. In fact, I think, Tom James and Jordan may have to add staff just to handle him because, it's just different.
Shout out to Jordan.
Out the way. It's a new day. Everybody's not Tim, Tony, and Manu. I'm not saying you kiss the ring, but get out of the kid's way. If there's a couple of little things here and there that he wants and he doesn't want to be told how to play, and he's still coachable, he's still humble, he still wants to get his teammates involved. If he wants to do a damn podcast, if he wants to bring a couple trainers, a coach here, a coach there, get out of the way. It's 2023. Either you change with the times or you get left behind. And I don't know what the Spurs plans are. I know they already met with him and asked him. That's the great start. They've already sat down and said, hey, what are you looking at for this first year? And he let them know, and they said, hey, we'll do our best to accommodate you. Pretty much what Rob said. Like, yeah, we want you, buddy. But
sure, come on.
We're going to try our hardest. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. If you lost 62 games to get him, why bring him in and try to make him something he's not?
I don't
let him be.
People are going to hear this and go, "Oh no,
he's a diva."
You think anybody else you think Paolo Banchero didn't have an entire Duke team built around him? Do you think Paolo Banchero at 16 didn't have an entire AAU team and everybody around him focused on him going pro? He ain't no different than anybody else going in the draft. He's just been paid over the table instead of under the table. I mean,
that's a great point.
So
everybody has a list of demands.
Yes.
Right?
#1 draft pick. You think he's the first one to come in with people?
No.
So,
hell, LeBron came in with his whole crew. Like, I'm firing my agent and I'm hiring my crew.
So,
well, according to Phil Jackson, his posse.
That doesn't scare me. He's 7'5" and run everything he's wanted.
Rob, I've gotten to know you these last 2 years. You're a rational man and you understand certain things, and you understand like you got to give a little to get a little. Everybody doesn't operate and think like you do. And I'm not saying the Spurs don't. I'm not saying, and again, we're going to hear from Antonio Daniels later, who joined the Blitz and talked about Pop being the best at catering to his players. So that's from somebody that's actually been in the locker room. We'll hear from him. So I'm not, everybody blames Kawhi, everybody blames Murray, everybody blames Aldridge. But at some point, we got to fix this.
Yeah,
we got to fix this, and again, if it's a couple coaches and Tom and Jordan got to hire a few other people, so freaking be it. You've been trying to get this guy for 2 years. Why wouldn't you make it the best fit for him?
And I would have a Sprinter van full of every kind of need he has tracing behind him and paying for it out of my pocket.
I'd get him a bed.
Yes.
I'd get him a 13-foot bed.
And they would, and as Orlando did for Banchero, so will
That's
the
such
Spurs.
a great point, Rob.
I mean, it doesn't,
it just feels different because he's a world star.
Yeah. But he didn't say anything that any other 19-year-old that was going to go #1 in the draft hadn't already said.
Like some guys say, hey, can my family travel on the team plane? You think there's guys that haven't asked for that?
Yes. And you politely say no. But, I mean, they're going to ask.
Yeah, LeBron asked Pat Riley, can the posse fly on the team plane? Pat Riley said no.
No, but it's you're welcome to ask anytime.
Right.
Anything else, I want to say yes. I don't want to say no to you. Hey, coming back, we're going to hear from the man himself.
What was that?
His name is Wemby. Take a shot.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Scoot and Show.
We're gonna come back and hear from Wemby as he sat down with JJ Redick in a wide-ranging interview. Really interesting insight into the young man. We'll be tracing that line all the way through. And don't forget that the rest of the NBA is also drafting. And in prep, there was a huge trade last night that involved a green-haired Celtic and a unicorn.
He's got to change that hair now, right?
He's going to have to go blue.
Is there green in Memphis uniform anywhere? No green?
Probably, if one of their iterations.
They'll make a green bear.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll talk about the deal that might affect today as well. So much to do, and it won't be any fun unless you are with us. You're on R&R. This is San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and SASportsStar.com.
My wife was the first to notice I was losing my hair. I thought, I am way too young for this.
At QC Kinetics Hair Restoration, we see men and women of all ages struggling with hair loss. And for Nick, it began when he was just 32 years old.
I didn't really think about it too much until last spring when I got sunburn on my scalp and, I don't know, it wasn't really that hot out.
QC Kinetics uses regenerative treatments, all natural biologics to reignite hair growth without surgery. And the results are amazing.
I felt like I was hopeful, right? But then after the first few treatments, I already started to notice a difference. It just felt real. So I was just more excited to continue the process.
Real results without invasive surgery. And as for Nick's wife,
she loves it. I got my hair back in my early 30s. I want to look my age, and now I do.
Schedule your free hair restoration consultation today with QC Kinetics. Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401 681.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there.
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Shop the best deals of the summer now at Lowe's. Freshen up your home inside and out with buy one, get one 50% off on select interior and exterior paints and exterior stains via Lowe's gift card rebate. Plus, save big on select patio furniture and accessories with up to 50% off. Lowe's knows July 4th savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 6/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/rebates for details.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-452-5050. That's 1-800-452-5050.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the spicy chicken biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match, only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is indeed a good morning.
Another morning to all.
Because you get to hear that. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Edwin Hefner going to be busy today.
Edwin ain't going to be busy. He just got to press buttons. And he's 27. I'm about, Edwin's our rookie. He got to carry some bags. And he's yet to bring a taco in here. He ain't brought a donut in here. Nothing.
He gets here so early, I don't think anything's open.
Ain't nothing open.
Which, seriously, the sad thing is we
No
get to work
nuts
before the donuts are even made.
Yeah.
So
speaking of spud nuts, we're about a month away.
We are. And when are we leaving, by the way? What's the date?
31st.
The 31st?
Yeah. Of July. No.
Yeah, July.
Yeah, July 30th.
That's right. That sounds right. The 30th. So, yeah, we're close. The month and a week. Let's hear the description of Wemby when he gets drafted. And if you didn't know who Wemby was, this is the professional description of the draft pick that will be Victor Wembanyama.
A generational talent, the 7'4" Wembanyama can create a shot off the dribble, run the fast break, shoot step-back threes, and use his 8-foot wingspan as a menace on the defensive end.
Why do they have to put the music behind
that's what makes it great. We need overproduced highlights, headlines. This is the inaugural draft, of course. Spurs just drafted him. We're both picking, and I say they're drafting Wembayama. When we come back on the other side of the break, now it gets interesting. Who do you think's going to take the second pick? Are they going to trade it?
Now, this is what's interesting, Rob. Brandon Miller has pulled a fast one. He doesn't want to go to Charlotte. He came out and said, Paul George is my GOAT. I never watched Michael Jordan growing up. Because they were asking, hey, what was it like working out in front of Jordan? He was like, it was like working out in front of another guy. He was like, I didn't watch Michael Jordan growing up. I watched Paul George. Michael Jordan is not my GOAT. I was like, wow, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen. You don't want to go full Eli. Tropic Thunder. I can't say that word. You don't want to go full Eli Manning. Me and Rob talked about this other day behind the scenes stuff. You don't want to go full Eli Manning and just be like, hey, if you draft me, I'm not coming to play. So what Brandon Miller did, he knew what to do. Somebody in his camp said, insult Michael Jordan.
Kick Michael in the nuts.
Because keep in mind, when Barkley said that Jordan was a terrible GM, Michael hasn't spoken to him since. Michael doesn't take kindly to people talking bad about him. So the Hornets aren't taking Brandon Miller.
Interesting backstory. So when we come back, we'll make our draft picks. That is so funny and genius. I don't know who his agent is.
You don't want to be in Charlotte? Why not?
Well done.
You want to go to Portland?
I know.
Is that any better?
It's like the Charlotte of the West, right?
It's more like Austin. I've heard Portland is Austin.
Pretty nutso. Yeah.
Oh, is it now?
No, I mean, not nutso, but yeah, it's out there. It ain't Texas. I can tell you that.
Brandon Miller. Cheers.
Yes.
That was genius,
well
dog.
done. And we'll make our draft picks coming in at 45, but coming out. The good news is to those that are on the Rudy side of things, if he's worth drafting at number 1, shouldn't he be playing? Let's hear from Wemby on why he didn't shut it down and why he wants to play.
I know a lot of prospects did that over the years, even this year. And but I'm not a quitter. As I told you, I had such responsibility with this team. I know these guys trusted me just like I trust them. And it just counts. It just matters for me. I can't quit. It's just not who I am.
The irony: the team that's drafting you quit.
Well, we'll call it selective winning.
The team that drafted you quit to get you, but you didn't want to quit the Metropolitan 92. All right, whatever.
One thing I did take away from a 19-year-old kid is he said the word responsibility, which I didn't know that word.
Rob, he's been groomed since he was 12, though.
Yeah.
You can tell. There's certain guys that's like, you can tell when he gets in front of a mic who's been media trained and who hasn't. He's been being media trained since he was 12. Clearly.
And it was a very savvy response. I felt responsible to my teammates, which is exactly what everybody down here wants to hear. But when he talked about getting ready, you wonder what the conversations were like. He had a meeting with the Spurs about how he wants the first year to play out. Now, how do you think you would lay out your first year?
I'm going to put myself in the size 20 and a half shoe of Victor Wembanyama shot. I do want to play when I want to play. Like, I don't want you to load manage me.
No load management.
Don't load manage
Treat me
like I'll let you know if I need some time off.
Is that a fair ask?
Yes.
Okay.
I
agree. I agree.
I think it's a fair ask. The people that have been put me in the position to where y'all feel comfortable taking me at 7'5", this skinny, with big feet, that have been taking care of me with preventative measures, I want to have a couple of those people around me. Like, I've trusted my career to these people. Like, these people have been doing things with me and for me to make sure that I last 10, 15, 20 years in the NBA. So I need a couple of those people with me.
Fair ask as well.
That's a fair ask as well, too.
Now,
So
I don't think that was listened to before, though. I don't think the Spurs took to that before. Let my people
having
decide.
your group, having their own group, and having your own medical staff when you're with the whole Kawhi thing. Like,
And I think
our
even before
people said you're fine. Your people say you ain't. So is that do you take that as a lesson? What happened with Kawhi, and let this guy do what he wants, or do you keep it trusting in one of the most well-respected medical staffs in all of the NBA? Nobody has said anything bad about the Spurs medical staff besides Kawhi's group.
He wants to play every game possible.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. You're 19. You better say something like that. But there is
But then there's the Spurs side of things. Like, hey, man, the history shows us this isn't good.
Yeah.
And it's 82, bro.
And let's see how eager you are to play on February the 13th when you land in Cleveland.
At 3 in the morning.
And you're walking through a blizzard.
and there's someone knocking on your door at 3:30 making you eat because it's like, dude, you can't go to bed. You got to eat right now.
Or you're going to lose that other
You're
3
gonna
pounds.
lose
That you
you know
gotta
what I'm
have.
saying? Like, you got to eat right now. Like, what do you mean I got to eat? I just want to go to bed. There's a lot of things that go into being a pro in the 4 games and 7 nights that maybe he has been groomed for, Rob.
I think you could be groomed for it, but until you're in
you
it.
do it, right?
And I think, we used to talk about the rookie wall. Remember when that was
a
the thing?
Well, I think it's still a thing.
I think it's still a thing to some extent for some guys, but for the most part, due to load management and preparation, the rookie wall really has become kind of like a rookie month, where a rookie has a bad March, and then they kind of rest him up, and if they're in contention, they always seem to find their way by the end of the season, where before they were done.
To me, it showed with Keegan Murray.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It really did.
He wasn't who he was at the beginning. Really by the time he got to the playoffs, they couldn't even play him. I don't know if it's soreness, tired. I don't know, but it was glaring for Keegan Murray.
Yeah, he suffered through that. You're right, and I think that would. And his build is very much like Wemby's. I mean, long and lean.
Yeah.
So you wonder how that might hold up. Well, one guy that would know such things is Antonio Daniels. He formerly of the Spurs, currently doing a lot of work with the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm sure the Zion conversation came up yesterday as he joined the Blitz, but we're going to hear what he thinks about Wemby and the hype that comes behind it. And it's always great to hear from a good friend of San Antonio and the star around the building. We're going to hear from AD next. After that, we're going to talk Brian Wright and the situation that he finds himself today, about to take the Wemby Warrior that was purchased with so many losses. We're going to look back at how Brian worked his way till today, and then what the plans are for the future. And I'll tell you what, when you hear what he did, he's playing some chess, and there's some other dudes playing some checkers. We're going to give some flowers to Brian Wright, other than the number 1 draft pick. That was the easy one.
That's easy.
Coming back, let's hear from AD. This is R&R on SA's Sports Star, 94.1 FM and SASportsStar.com.
I want to talk to you all about my home golf course, the friendliest golf course in Texas, the Golf Club of Texas, and their summer chill deal. Save 25% on green fees Monday through Thursday. If you're looking for the perfect way to enjoy your summer days, look no further. Book your tee time Monday through Thursday and get a fantastic 25% discount on green fees. But wait, there is more. As a special treat, they're going to throw in 2 drink tickets to quench your thirst while you play. Enjoy your choice of an ice-cold draft beer, Gatorade, or water. Just book now using that promo code SUMMERCHILL. It's valid for any time during the day. Perfect for solo rounds, group outings, or just a little bit of family fun. Make the most of the summer and experience the joy of golfing out at the friendliest golf course in the state of Texas. And then after that, you want to head over to the 10 Cup bar. They got a full bar. Or you want to step inside to that cool AC and get you some good old-fashioned grub. It's one of the best sit-down restaurants on that side of town. That's the Golf Club of Texas. Reserve your tee time now at golfclubtexas.com. Don't forget to use promo code SummerChill at checkout. That's the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The number 1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. we fix pain fast.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Rudy and Rob with you. Antonio Daniels used to sit in this very chair.
Did he sit on that side or this side?
He sat.
Who was he with? He was with Ari?
He was with, yeah.
He was with Ari. That was at midday, right?
Did mids back about 6 years ago.
Longer than that.
7 years ago?
I don't know.
It was right about he was still here when I got here, but things shifted rather quick. Then
he didn't like you, so he left when he got here.
He got a good gig. He got
that's
the
right.
Fox Sports Southwest gig that he has now taken to New Orleans.
Gotcha.
He's working with New Orleans doing their studio work. He joined the Blitz yesterday. New Orleans in the midst of a lot of conversations as Zion is on the block, it appears, and might be going to Charlotte. And before we hear from AD very quickly, the number 2 pick in the NBA draft, who are the Charlotte Hornets taking?
I want to say one of the Thompson twins or Scoot. Brandon Miller talked his way out of it.
I'm going to
him insulting Michael Jordan, Mike. But even though Mike's not really in control anymore, he's still in control. It's going to be the Scoot or one of the Thompson twins.
Who's their GM there? Mitch Kupchak?
Yes, Cuppy.
I think Kupchak's going to go with Scoot Henderson as well. This made the decision easy. Let's hear what Scoot Henderson is and what we expect from him. We're looking. Scoot Henderson is coming now.
Bobby Marks, player profile.
Failed GM.
Henderson is at his best using his terrific ball handling ability, an explosive change of gears, downhill attacks, and putting pressure on the rim. The 6'2" Henderson has a 6'9" wingspan and has the physical tools to be an impact defender.
Tie his shoes standing up.
Wait a minute. See, this is why these sounders are important. I can do without the music. But failed NBA GM Bobby Marks.
I don't want that to rub off on you. That'll be hard on the man. We like Bobby Marks.
I'm calling people poor bastards and failed GMs. Rob is a bad influence. 6'9" wingspan. Since when? Where have I been? Does he have big hands too?
Long arm, yeah.
It sounds like AI/Kawhi. You know, AI and Kawhi, they had those long arms and big hands. It's just you just can't. That's just God given. It's just you've been put here to play basketball.
He is a prototype, man. Scoot is legit generational because of things like that.
6'9" wingspan.
At 6'2".
That means that's steals, that's rebounds. That means when I get in the paint, I'm at the basket. Wemby, you better be damn good, Wemby.
Mm-hmm. It's got
you better be the best.
There will be a conversation, probably on this show, though I doubt it, but on this airwaves, somewhere at some point in December. No, we'll wait till January.
Okay.
Scoot Henderson's better.
Of course.
There's going to be that conversation.
Of course, because you already have people like Stephen A. Smith talking about it ain't the most, no, he ain't looking forward to him more than he looked forward to LeBron. You're going to have the detractors.
A lot of talk about Wemby, but is he the most hyped prospect we've ever seen? This is what AD has to say.
Like, here's the thing, Joe, about Victor Wembanyama. Now, he may be the best prospect in NBA history, but he's not the most hyped prospect in NBA history. You know why? Because we haven't seen him. Like, when people are talking about Victor Wembanyama, a lot of times what they're responding to is what someone else said, not what they've seen. Because I've seen Victor Wembanyama play twice. And it was the 2 times where he played against Scoot Henderson to start this season. And what was so impressive was at 7'5", the first time I've seen this young man take the floor, he gave you 37 points and he was 7-11 from the 3-point line. So when we think about some of the other guys that we've seen that have been heralded coming out of college, that have been heralded coming out of high school, it's because we've had an opportunity to see them on a big stage. And because of where Victor Wembanyama played, because of where Scoot Henderson played, we don't have that same hype behind these guys visually. Because if you talk to somebody about Wemby, you know what they'll say? Well, I've seen highlights that at 1 foot Steve Kerr floater. Well, were you watching the game? No, but I've seen highlights. So I think this is a different sort of hype around Victor Wembanyama than we've ever seen.
Okay, but AD, shout out to Antonio Daniels. Shout out to the Blitz. You can look that up at San Antonio Sports Star /Audio Vault. That's why it is the most hyped.
Yes.
Like you answered why it is. Because there hasn't ever been anyone that we have, even Luka. Luka had some hype around him, but no one had seen him. So everybody was like, oh, Atlanta traded. Oh, he's going to Dallas. Oh, cool. And then we're like, oh, damn, this cat early got game. Because we've never seen him and because there's so much hype, that's what makes him the most hype prospect, because there's nobody that we've never not seen get this much attention. So you kind of contradictory what Antonio Daniels answered to Joe.
I think it's been a slow burn, but the end product is much bigger than LeBron. It is. It's bigger than LeBron, the draft then.
Zion was pretty big. LeBron was big. Remember, LeBron had documentaries and he was on
did,
SI. And
there was a legend.
He got the Hummer. Remember, he got the Hummer his senior year, and we're like, how did he get the Hummer? He's not supposed to be getting paid, blah, blah, blah.
But there wasn't we saw him play one game on ESPN
against Carmelo, right?
No. Yeah. It was St. Vincent St. Mary's
against Oak Hill, I thought. No?
Was it Oak Hill or just the state titled game in Ohio or whatever it was?
I remember that game.
We saw the TV. We saw the TV last year with Victor Wembanyama. Felt the same way. The introduction, everybody had been talking about him, and we'd always heard about LeBron, but that game on ESPN announced. And I think last year he showed up and played the Ignite team in October, and that announced, here he comes. And I think from that moment on, it became about the same hyperbole. But the difference is just the time. Now, France cares. Back when LeBron came out, ain't nobody across the ocean gave a damn.
Nigeria.
They didn't care. Now,
everybody.
Nigeria cares. Now, Serbia cares. Now, Belgium's going to tune in tonight.
This is bigger than anything.
Yes.
This is bigger than Andrew Luck, Eli, Ryan Leaf, LeBron. Because it's the world. Truly. That's all I have to say. And I hear where Antonio's coming from. Like, nobody's seen him. Yeah, I know we haven't. But again, I only saw LeBron maybe twice. I saw LeBron maybe twice.
That was it. It was a legend.
And he's saying, like, well, we saw LeBron. Yeah, against some high school kids. What does that even prove?
So it felt like we had no idea.
He wasn't on Good Morning America.
And the way that people no, he wasn't. Well, he might have been within that first, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't, because there were still doubters. I mean, we still, LeBron, really? I mean, there was those guys like, yeah, until you saw him.
Someone brought up Tiger.
Tiger's
up there.
No, but he was in college. It was
but the hype machine was
as big as a college golfer can be. I mean, if you put amongst golfers, it was as big as anything. But the golfing slice of the sporting pie ain't quite as big as the basketball slice.
No.
You know what I mean? If you were in the golf game, everybody knew about Tiger when he was being recruited to go play at Stanford.
When he was on, what was that? Carson?
He did Carson. What was the name of that show? Like Mike Davis show or something.
Oh, okay.
Or the highlight of him. The set ended up on Seinfeld much later, but that's a whole other story.
Cool.
But yeah, but this is, again, international hype. Now you brought up, I do want to play. Let's just play the Wemby sound. This is him talking about, what he'd like about maybe, getting his friend.
Well, let's hear
Let's go get him maybe going after Bilal Coulibaly. Number 5. Let's go hit with number 5. This will give you a little taste of this
Coulibaly.
Coulibaly.
Ooh, there you go.
That was well said.
Obviously, as a competitor, I always want to win, but as I told you before, I don't know it all about the NBA. I don't know everything. I don't know anything. So I can't say I want to win the championship right now, even though I'm gonna be willing to win every game. But the true thing I wanna do ASAP is learn every day how to do it and how to actually win. Because I know players have tried to win the NBA for 15 years and haven't made it, haven't done it. And it's just I know it's gonna be hard. And so I want to learn as quick as possible.
Love this guy.
Don't fall for this. I show me on the court.
Love this guy.
Show me on the court.
Love it.
He did mention this, Rob. He said, I don't only want to be best on the court. I want to be best with the media. I want to be best in press conferences. Like he understands that. And with that said, let him be.
Let him be. We're going to continue
wants to be
with
on
this.
I mean, he might want to come on here every week, Rob. Who are the Spurs to tell him not to?
We've certainly offered.
Have you? Have you put that out there?
Yes, we put this out there.
Weekly with Wemby.
We will make it easy.
Yeah.
We will make it easy. We'll also make it easy coming back. Brian Wright's made it awfully easy for Spurs fans to see a very beneficial future. There's lots of draft picks coming down the pipe, all through the strategic moves, the strategery, we might call it, from Brian Wright. We're going to look back at how we got here from a GM who very quietly has done a pretty damn good job. We're talking Brian Wright next. San Antonio Sports Star continues right here on 94.1 and SASportsStar.com.
Your home for Rob and Rudy. It's R&R in the morning on YouTube, SASportsStar.com. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
It's finally here, NBA Draft Day, and the Spurs' #1 overall pick will be Victor Wembanyama. Also, Don Harris and Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports report the Spurs are looking to move up into the lottery and take his teammate Bilal Coulibaly, the 6'8" wing. And in other news, the Memphis Tigers head coach Penny Hardaway has been suspended 3 games for recruiting violations and head coach responsibility rules.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I'm just excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's R&R here on the Star. That's Rudy. I'm Rob. So much to do today. Edwin Heffler's going to be busy grabbing sound from all kinds of places, out of Barclays, out of the Spurs practice facility that is soon to be vacated for the Rock. That I was hoping we'd get a chance to get out there soon. But they're going to be hosting a thing today from the practice facility. Pros.
Yeah.
We'll hear from Pop and Brian Wright.
Last year we were able to get in, no problem.
In fact, good friend Chris Davis, we were talking about RSVPing, getting room in the press room for tonight. And I had sent over for me and you and Jack, who, going to be doing the Saturday morning hangover stuff. And the reply was, dude, you know how many credentials I'm having to give out? I got room for one. And it's going to have to be a skinny one at that. So,
Jack skinny.
Yeah.
So what we gonna send? Who are we sending over?
We're sending Tim Spence over there to meander his way around.
We're sending the damn Denver Nugget into enemy territory.
Don't wear if you're walking in that building wearing any Nugget swag
or
Tim,
Cubs.
No Cubs swag.
No Cubs swag. No Russell Wilson jersey.
No
Joker jersey.
We want neutral colors.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Neutral. Yeah, just wear your color. Wear your T-shirt. No,
how the hell this dude probably got the same tattoo as Mike Malone,
not
and he's
that
going
Captain
over there.
Caveman silly thing you guys walking around with. Go in neutral colors or silver and black.
And then what there's quite a bit going on. We got the Rue today, and then Saturday.
This is cool.
Go ahead. Tell them what we're going to do Saturday.
The presser that's going to be down at the AT&T.
Right.
Our Saturday morning hangover crew that includes James Pledger and Jack Thompson and beautiful Katie will be down there. A very talented crew going to be down broadcasting live.
From the AT&T?
From the AT&T. That we will have a spotting. There will be a 7-foot guy and a 7'5" guy in attendance. His name will be Wembyama. And our dudes will be there.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's cool.
Good for the station.
We will be out at the Rue Pub. So we're going to start our coverage today at Ticks at 2.
You still got that tick in your bloodstream. That's what the problem is.
No kidding. We'll start it at 2, and we'll take it all the way to the draft.
Okay.
All the way to Victor getting drafted, and it'll be the Blitz will be in there, Rudy and I'll be in there, and you should be there. It's the Rue Pub 281 in Redland. Have yourself a Wemby burger and enjoy what is going to be what an extraordinary day in San Antonio history. And when I look back on in the past, the moments of being a Spurs fan, I remember David getting.
I don't remember the Tim. I don't remember Tim and Dave.
I remember David.
Because Tim was 97, so at that time I'm 20. Like I knew what was happening. I knew they were getting them, but I'm ripping and running the streets. I wasn't like locked into my television and all of that crap. Like I remember it, but I don't remember it. Like I know where I was when the lottery went down.
I know where I was. I know exactly where I
do?
was. And I remember keeping in mind that there was a lot of debate about how you could fix the lottery draw. Remember how the talk about Pat Ewing went to New York because they froze the envelope so he knew to pull the cold one.
Yeah.
So there was all that concern that here comes New York again. They're going to try to get, and well, it turned out that way. I remember that. I remember
it was supposed to be Boston.
It was.
Boston had tanked for Tim as well.
And that the thought was Boston was bigger. They were trying to come back from the Bird loss and quite frankly also the Lynn Bias gap that created.
But you think about it, Rob.
Small market team wasn't going to get it.
To me, if it's rigged for the small guy.
It feels that way now.
When you look at Derrick Rose gets to go to Chicago, Zion gets to go to the Pelicans, LeBron somehow magically ends up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like when you really look at the Spurs 3 times now, if there's any fixing going on, it's for David Stern's smaller teams to get some life.
Well, we felt like the Knicks was fixed. That the Knicks had to get Ewing, and we were very soon after that when we cared. Now we mattered,
right?
And it was a big market team. Boston tanked to get him. Frozen envelope. We ain't getting him because we're a small market, and they're never going to give anything to an old ABA team. Now that's
been debunked 3 times. Right?
We didn't even talk about it, but I do remember. We're going through our draft. We'll do our 3rd round picks coming back, but there's a lot to talk about here with Brian Wright. Now we've wanked for Wemby. We've dealt with a lot of things since Kawhi left, and I think when we look at the history of the Spurs, that will be the Spurs were up until Kawhi, and then there was post Kawhi, and then there was that little
gap.
Sent us
in a tailspin for sure.
Yeah, there was that little gap of time where we were trying to tread water with an older team. We had LaMarcus on there, wasn't Pau Gasol hanging around DeRozan. It was just
we're trying to hang on to see if something could shake out of the trees.
And this is in the midst. This is when Brian Wright took over, right? I mean, the deal that Kawhi was done, it was forced upon the Spurs. They really didn't have any choice. So when you look at what Brian Wright has done since he got here, first and foremost, he had to deal with the DeMar DeRozan acquisition. So the Spurs received DeMar DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl and the 1st round pick that became Keldon Johnson in return for Kawhi. That was, I remember at the time we thought, well, there are other deals out there, but he's not playing in the West. We got a guy in Poeltl that may be a long-term dude. DeRozan might be just a merc for a couple of years, but hey, we could have done a lot worse.
He never wanted to be here. He didn't pick us. We chose him.
But DeRozan was later traded for a lightly protected 2025 first with the Bulls, who appeared to be ready to rebuild, and that pick suddenly looks a whole lot better now.
Yeah.
It came with Thaddeus Young and 2 second-round picks. Young and the Lakers' 2nd-round pick were then traded to deal it for Toronto just a few months later, which turned out to become Malachi Branham. So meanwhile, Poeltl was later traded back to the Raptors this year for a top 6 protected first-round pick, and 2 seconds.
Top 6?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it looks like Poeltl ain't even going to re-sign with Toronto, at least according to Jonathan.
He wants to be a contender.
So Johnson coming off a breakout year, getting ready to start a 4-year extension. All told, the Leonard trade netted 4 first-round picks, 2 of which will likely be lottery selections, as well as 3 second-round picks, including the 44th pick in this year's draft. That's just that deal. They've also acquired through, remember, the Young trade. The Derek White trade.
Oh, okay.
They bring in, with Derek White, a pick that becomes Blake Wesley, a 2025 first-round pick swap, Josh Richardson, and Romeo Langford. And I think Langford has a chance to be a long-term Spur. I don't think Josh is going to be around long, but we like Josh. I think he's just a seasoned kind of dude. And then there's the DeJounte trade. They traded away a dude that went to Atlanta that might very well leave Atlanta. So Atlanta sent the 24 and 25 picks, those top 14 protected 24 and 25 picks,
that may end up being even better with the Hornets selection. So you look at what they've done. Under Brian Wright,
the timeline.
The acquisition over the last 4 years has put us here, and I haven't even talked about the Wemby pick. So the picks that they have, the money in the bank, this is as good a job as any GM has done.
It's a plan.
And it appears to be a plan. You can see the methodology behind it.
Well, see, the key to it all is, Rob, is yes, it was based around Wemby, but they also had the safety net of all these other picks if Wemby fell through.
Right.
Let's say they didn't get it. They were still in position to, over the next few years, find somebody, go the Sam Presti route. Like we'll keep going, and then we'll run into a Giddey, we'll run into a Chet, and we'll run into a what's the other kid, Jalen?
Yeah, the one that got last year.
Yeah, Jalen. So that was the safety net. So really, when you think about it, and we haven't been critical of Brian Wright. We've just been like, hey, dude, you got a big shoe to fill. RC and Pop have been geniuses over the last 20 years. You got a big shoe to fill. But when you really look over the timeline, he set them up pretty well, and then it just so happened Wemby falls in your lap.
And still more to come. There are
and
still
you got money.
Got $37 million, a variety of number one first round draft picks, some protected, some are going to be mid no matter what happens, but one or two could pop up and be in one at least 5 or better. So there are situations that we're not done here. Now, whether they're going to use those picks as collateral or as pieces and parts to acquire a veteran is worthy of another conversation. And at 7:30, we'll talk about those veterans that are out there as free agents that the Spurs might pursue, might not. We got some news for you CP3 and Van Fleet fans. If you want them, they might not be coming here. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. But coming back, Antonio Daniels joined the Blitz yesterday, and he spoke not to just the hype about Wemby, but the coaching staff and Greg Popovich and how he is uniquely prepared to taking care of the players, the ilk, the type of Victor Wembanyama. And we'll hear from Wemby himself and give you our number 3 draft pick. Where is Portland going to land in this scheme? Hang around. More NBA talk coming.
Are you going to get a jerk? Are you going to get it? I know you're not going to get a jersey, but will you get a jerk? Will you get will Rob Thompson rock a Wemby jersey? I'm not doing a jersey. I've been long done with jerseys. But will you do the Wemby jerk?
I will probably get a draft day there, and there's some pretty good draft day stuff. I don't like the hat, but I've seen a couple shirts that I'll probably get, but I'll never wear it.
What is it? Collector's item? What the hell? You trying to make money off it later? What are you doing?
It's kind of like the number 1 draft pick is both a blessing and it's a symbol of what you had to go through.
Oh.
And, Wemby it's still a crapshoot. This guy might not be it. I think he will be. I think we've got 98% that he's going to be at least the minimum of what we expect. But there's still that Sam Bowie, Greg Oden.
Don't say that out loud.
So,
don't even.
I'm just saying.
Don't put that in the universe.
I'm not. That's all I'm going to buy it. I'm going to hold it and hope for the best. But I do want to have that signpost thing.
So let me get this right. From what I just heard from you, so you don't have high expectations?
Oh, I have. No, I think that my minimum expectations
is championship or bust, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not talking about his rookie year, obviously. Calm down, San Antonio.
No, I think.
But this is a championship thing, right? This was all done to win titles.
Yeah, the end result better be not a ring.
I'm just making sure because you're like Sam Bowie stuff.
I'm just saying. I mean, I've been around this track a couple times, and I've seen it's not always good news at the end of it. Seen some teams suffer.
What did you tell me? What's the saying? That light at the end of the tunnel, sometimes it might be a train.
It might be a train. Now, I don't think that's the case. So, yeah, I'm going to go get something, but it's not going to be something I'm going to proudly wear. Kind of like I don't wear conference championships.
No,
so I went and bought it.
I don't know why. Because if they win it all, then who cares about the conference championship?
And if they lose, I don't want to remember it. So I have it, but I've never actually worn it. But we're gonna hear from Wemby on a variety of topics. He sat in with JJ Redick a day before yesterday.
Okay.
And really an interesting cat all the way around. Antonio had great stuff to say, and we haven't even begun to touch on the trade. The unicorn is landing in green. That's not code. That's true. We'll talk about it in a bit. You're on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM and SASportsStar.com. How you feeling this morning? I hope you're not in pain. If you are, I'm going to give you one word, Arosty. People ask me all the time, what exactly is Arosty? Well, I can tell you what it's not. Arosty is not a long-term pain treatment program. Arosty is not about surgery. Arasti is not about prescribed or over-the-counter medications to hide or dull the pain. Arasti is about your body using its maximum healing potential to heal itself. And when it fixes itself, amazingly enough, most of the time the pain goes away. It's like deep tissue massage, some chiropractic, some physical therapy, and witchcraft. I don't know. It just works. It works for me. I've had lower back issues most of my adult life. And when I had it, when it would seize up, and we all know what that is, I was down on my back for a week and limping around for 3 weeks. I went to Arasti for the first time. 3 visits. Back in the game, baby. Didn't know it was possible. And I've been an Arasti patient ever since. You know, most Arasti patients, 99% plus, would offer Arasti as a recommendation to friends or family. And you don't do that unless you truly believe it. That's why I'm such an Arasti believer. You should be too. If you're living in pain, a couple things you need to know. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio. And you don't even need a referral to go to an Arasti provider. All you need is the number. Write this down, 1-800-404-6050. The website's also a great resource. There's a map on the site, shows you where all the Arasti providers are, and they're opening up daily. Easy call, easy use. You can just book your appointment from the website there. I bet there's an Arasti location less than 10 minutes from where you are now. Listen, you don't have to live in pain. There are so many fixes out there. Arasti is primary in my life. Make it yours. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. So many of your friends have gotten back in the game by using Arasti. You should too. Go to Arasti today, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
The #1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Hi, Jason Minix here for Noble Gold and their website, noblegoldinvestments.com. If you've been thinking of how to secure the value of your assets and grow your wealth, you need to think gold. After the latest bank failures and other economic news that could devalue the dollar, gold is a safe investment to secure your wealth. If you're not sure what to do, that's not a problem. Go to the website, noblegoldinvestments.com. At Noble Gold, they will walk you through everything. They'll even email you their gold and silver investors guide. Go look at what the price of gold was in 1970 up until today. Go and look at what the price of gold was 10, 15 years ago. A lot of people wish they would have bought back then, either in physical gold or an IRA. Don't wish you did this down the road. Go to the website today, noblegoldinvestments.com. Use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. Mark it down to due today. noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the 9th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. 9th caller wins.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hot Ticket Thursday carries through, my friends.
Yes, sir.
Jump on the phone, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. I need to find my promo suite so I can tell you exactly which tickets we're giving away right now. Golden Boy Productions is bringing Stanionis and Ortiz Jr. fight to AT&T on July the 12th. You calling in right now, you'll get a couple of tickets. We're going to be doing Hot Ticket Thursday all day long on the 20s. If we're live, listen closely. When you hear the sounder dial in, you're going to be taking some tickets away. In 1 hour, we got Dave Chappelle tickets on your Hot Ticket Thursday. Chappelle, July the 12th, and the fight is July the 8th.
On the 20th, so what about 8/20? Dave Chappelle.
Be ready.
He's going to come to San Antonio and offend you.
And
not give a damn.
I wonder if he's going to roll out a joint like he did in Austin when I saw him.
No, he's a big cigarette guy.
No, he smoked a joint on stage. Oh, I witnessed it.
A joint?
Yeah.
I prefer that over a cigarette. Not me personally. I'm just saying. If I got to sit in secondhand smoke, I'd rather it be loud.
Might as well enjoy the end of it.
Yeah,
like
you know what I mean? Anyways.
Today we're going to be out at the Roo Pub, and I say all of us. The Blitzer gets going from 2. We're going to be on basically from 2 to 8. They'll go from 2 to 6. We're going to step in and help out if we're not eating our Wemby burgers. They're only $1 a piece, by the way. We're talking about Kobe beef, some foie gras, some black truffle sauce, and onion rings, all to make a Wemby burger. To make it even better, have a Yingling Flight or a lager because they're larger than other beers for just $1 to celebrate. That's going to be a good night tonight.
I like the way you played that. A lager because it's larger. I see what you did there. Can't spell lager without larger.
That's the way I look at it.
But this is what I have a problem with, Rob. Why do we got to go and help them out? When do they ever wake their asses up and come help us out?
I concur.
Like Jason and Joe don't ever get up and come help us out. We're supposed to. After I've already done my 4 hours, I'm supposed to go to the Roo Pub and help them with their coverage. If I walk into the Roo, it's for tequila and orange slices.
Should be.
It ain't, and Wemby burgers. It ain't to get on there with them yahoos. They got 13,000 guests.
We help out where we have
when
to,
you
man.
go.
That's why our shoulders are broad.
Run the board. Yeah, you know what? You do have broad shoulders. They're very nice.
They are standing on the shoulders of giants, are the Blitz, and we will be out there to help them. 2 to 8,
Maybe.
Busy time. You got to get to the Roo Pub early. Let me tell you, it's going to be a zoo out there. Antonio Daniels sat in with the Blitz. Again, they had to get a crutch.
Always get a crutch.
To help them through.
Took pledge from us.
Yeah, No slide on Edwin.
No, Edwin is the man. He's just never buttoned up.
I know.
I'm messing with you, big dog. Love you. Love you, young man.
You've talked about it more, and it is such an important point to talk about as we join the Wemby era, is things ain't what they were. And we look at the Spurs, and we have a rich and loved tradition. But
yeah, go ahead. That butt. Hit the butt.
And as my daddy always said, the sentence begins after the butt. Listen to this. This ain't what it was. You can't be what we were. And we were afforded the luxury of a David Robinson and a Tim Duncan that were very different cats. Even in their day, they were different cats.
Right.
And now the time has changed, and so have the kids, and so have the players, so has the media, and everything else. Is Pop ready to handle this? This is what AD had to say about it.
I think this is the perfect, and I say this constantly on my Sirius XM show. I feel like Greg Popovich is the greatest coach of all time. And I'm not speaking out of bias, right? The reason I say Pop is the greatest coach in the history of the sport is because of his ability to cater and change his offensive style, fit the skill set of his talent. And a lot of guys can't do that. I love Phil Jackson, but he ran the triangle offense. It was great with LA. It was great with Chicago, but when he tried it in New York, it didn't look the same. So certain coaches know how to coach one particular style. And if the skill set of their players doesn't fit their style, they're in trouble. But what Pop has done, he has won championships in 3 different decades with different styles of play, inside out, outside in, fast break. He never asked Bruce Bowen to be Kawhi Leonard. He never asked Kawhi Leonard to be Sean Elliott. But he changes his offense to cater to the skill set of his players. And a lot of coaches cannot do that. I am so interested to see the way that they handle Victor Wembanyama as far as his availability is concerned. Will he play in the summer league? How many games will he play in the summer league? Will they low manage him? Because the one thing that the San Antonio Spurs have always been good at is looking long term and not being as concerned with the present as most people are.
All right, it's gonna seem like I just can't. We playing this just so I can disagree with Antonio Daniels, but I'm really not. This is the thing, Rob. That ain't the issue.
He spoke to on the court. You're right. That is not
on
the
the
issue.
court. Kawhi loved him. He turned Kawhi into DeJounte, molded him into a solid point guard.
DeMar,
Steven, everybody. Derek White on the court ain't the issue. We're talking about Danny Green getting on a plane on his way to Toronto and cannot wait to start a podcast. We're talking about stuff that has to go beyond the court. Do you want to do a 30 for 30 beyond the court with the Spurs, 30 for 30, and why everybody wanted to leave? We're talking about off the court and letting guys be themselves and not telling them that the media is all devils and avoid them at all costs. And don't do this and don't go here and don't go there and don't do this and don't do that. That's the stuff we're talking about. We're not talking about on the court. Yes, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT on the court. And I don't even know if it's all I don't know. I'm just saying, over the last few years, we've had a history of some guys not wanting to be here. And it had nothing to do with Pop's coaching style and him changing his game. I think Antonio totally missed the boat on what we're getting at. Like I said, they had a meeting with Wemby, not while Pop was on vacation,
No, not then. Another time.
And they asked him, what do you see the first year playing out as? He said, hey, I want to play as much as possible. And the Spurs said, okay, we'll do. Why? Because they're learning from their mistakes. And that's all you can ask.
But this is as a 57-year-old man.
I'm listening.
I understand you can change your spots. You can.
Can you?
Dog and
okay,
tricks. You can.
If you want to.
But it's freaking hard. It is so much harder to adopt something new. And I'm talking about those things that you don't view as quite as important as everybody else around you views as important. And I don't think Pop and guys of my age truly understand the modern media world and how stars interact in this social media world. Unless you were born into it or got to it early, you look at it as it ain't that real. It ain't that big a deal when it is. And I don't think Pop or anybody of my age can truly comprehend it unless it's, of course, how you make your living or you are forced into
you
it.
Got no choice.
And drilled, you gotta. And when you're forced that way, you don't like it. So when you don't have to, you don't. He can have the right attitude, but even with that, somebody's gonna have to lean on those that are making the decision. Like, look, man, I know this sucks.
I think most people in the building are aware and are ready.
But
this is the thing. First of all, I don't even know if Pop wants to coach or they're forcing him to. I don't know which one it is. A good sign, Jeremy Shohan, second team all rookie, 9th overall pick last year. He's also going to be playing in the summer league. But let me ask you this though, Rob. In the years past, would he have been an NBA correspondent for the NBA draft? Someone from the San Antonio Spurs, as Jeremy Shohan is.
No.
Now let me ask you this, Rob. How would it be looked at if Jeremy Shohan wanted to pull a Draymond Green right after a loss from the locker room? He's doing his pod.
It would be frowned upon, to say the least. To say the least.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not, we can't continue to operate under this umbrella that everything that they do and say is the Bible and is golden. Like, sometimes you have to change with the times. And if Wemby wants some trainers and he wants to play as much as he wants to play and he wants to play in the summer league, get out the way.
All of that. I'm not sure that a lot of teams would let Draymond have a post-game podcast. I think that's a very unique Golden State kind of thing. So that's on. But you know what? If you're 7'5", my attitude is until you do something for me to get mad at, keep doing it.
And this is the thing. I ain't saying this for. And this is the way the world is. The world raised me this way, Rob, and it sucks for Keldon and it sucks for Vassell. I'm not saying it's anything goes for everybody.
No, some are more equal than others.
I'm saying it's anything goes for the man that you're supposed to take you over the next 20 years and get you 3, 4, 5 titles. There's certain people that got Jimmy Johnson. If Troy Aikman is asleep in a meeting, Rob, what do?
You either speak a little quieter
or you wake him up.
Nudge him and say, would you like to join us?
Now, if the special teams dude falls asleep in the meeting, what do?
Depends on how good he is. He might be looking for a job in an hour.
All right. So this is a different circumstance for a different type of player. We can't hold him in this regard that we're holding him in. Do y'all remember what it was like at the Root Pub on lottery night? We celebrated like it was 99, literally. Do you get that? So if that's the case, get out the way. And I'm not saying they're not. I don't even know, but that's my opinion. They need to just get out the way and let him do what he feels is necessary to be the guy that we tanked for.
Crazy circumstance here. And this is probably a very poor analogy, but you wonder, this is Pop's third
generational talent.
Third round the sun here.
Yeah.
It's his third kid. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
First kid.
I like it.
You're following the rules, baby. You got the manual. You're
don't let them sleep in the bed. Take the pacifier away.
Oh man,
right.
Everything is covered up. There's blocks on everything. The second one,
I like.
Yeah, you're paying a little bit of attention.
I like this.
You still have a vague memory of the book that you read several years back. You still know. By the third one, you figure, babies bounce. You can
let them sleep on that bed without checking every 3 minutes.
You can throw some Cheerios on the ground and they're going to eat fine. They're going to be all right. You learn that, it ain't that hard. And you need to follow that basic. Maybe he'll treat Wemby like the third, like the last one. Like, dude, as long as you don't get in my way, as long as you're aimed in the right direction, I ain't going to bother you.
Right. Damn, Rob. Save that. You're right.
Let's hope. Well, no, but
no. I'm saying like that should be the approach.
It
is what I'm saying.
Should be, because you know what works and you know what doesn't, and you probably, in hindsight, were a little hard on the oldest one. You look back and like, dude, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know. I was reading the manual.
Are you the oldest?
Oh yeah,
I am too.
And
it's a little different because I'd be looking at my youngest sister. I'm like, damn, mom really be taking it easy on you. So you get away with some stuff that we didn't, and I love mom.
Can you imagine Tim going, damn?
My youngest get away with a little bit more.
Exactly. And can you imagine? I want at some point Tim to go, damn, I didn't get away with that.
Oh, my 14-year-old just the other day was like, Ellie never gets spankings. Ellie gets this and that. I'm like, oh. So that's why I fully understand where you're coming from.
My response to that was always, well, I love him more.
No, you
I told him.
Well, you didn't say that.
Clay never did. Well, I love him more.
So Jack be complaining about.
And Clay complained about his older brother. Well, I love him more.
No, you know what? After Dave and Tim, maybe you do. And not only that, you just get tired.
Yeah, you just get wore out. Like, what? I'm not going to fight this fight.
You want to take Instagram photos at the top of the tower of San Antonio? Go ahead.
Damn it. Yeah, go ahead. Just be quick about it.
You want to do a damn podcast and sound like an idiot? Do it.
Seriously, don't you wish that would be the case? And maybe there's something to that. What do you guys think? We always want to hear from you. 656-3776. 656-ESPN. Them is the numbers that matter. We will continue talking Wemby, and I hope you're taking a shot after every time we say that, because it's going to be a long and a busy day with that. There are other NBA newses. Is that a term?
Yeah.
Newses to talk about. We're going to keep you up to date and continue talking Spurs. Good news if you don't want an old point guard, Spurs fans. We might not be chasing them that are available, and we'll look at the deals that happened around the NBA yesterday. NBA talk continues because it's draft day. We do a Wemby watch every hour. San Antonio Sports Talk continues right here on 94.1 and sasportstar.com.
Thursday, deep stack, $10K guaranteed out at SA Card House, the premier card house in San Antonio. That's $150 entry, 20 minimum levels, and $50K in chips. You got late reg and rebuys up until $850. And don't forget the 124 giveaways until the end of June. Hourly drawing 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. You may be next, and it pays to play at SA Card House. 2 times the multiplier, 4 times the multiplier, 6 times the multiplier. The more hours, the more money. So you got to play to get that pay. But Thursday, it ain't just Throwback Thursday. It's Deep Stack Thursday. 10K guaranteed, 50K in chips, 20 minimum levels, and 150 entry. Go out to SA Card House. Get there a little bit early before you start to play. Get you some food from Foster's. Maybe get yourself an old-fashioned, but go in there, clean atmosphere. Great people. Everybody greets you. They love you. Everybody's a good time up at SA Card House. Check it out yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House, the premier card house in San Antonio off 281 in Bitters.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
He might not have a badge, but we have faith in his killer instinct. Celebrate the 10th anniversary of famed detective priest, Father Brown. Stream the new season now, only on BritBox.
That sounds like a marvelous plan.
Plus, watch even more unofficial detectives in much-loved series, including Agatha Christie's Marple, Murder in Provence, and more. Expect intriguing mystery. Expect the Undetectives. Start streaming today at BritBox.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, save $100 when you buy the Flex 24-volt brushless impact driver kit for just $99. That's 50% off the original price. Plus, you'll also find Southwire Romex Simpole 250-foot wire for just $109. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 7/20 while supplies last.
What is that?
My mortgage rate detector. I made it out of an old altimeter alarm. With Navy Federal Credit Union's no refi rate drop option, we could get a lower rate without refinancing our mortgage. So I'm keeping a close eye on mortgage rates. They're dropping. Call Navy Federal.
Buy a home, and if rates drop, you could lower your rate and save thousands. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply. Equal housing lender. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to Wall.
That is Rudy. I'm Rob. This is R&R on a Wemby kind of a day. It's draft day here at San Antonio Sports Star. Catch the NBA draft live right here all the way through the first pick. We got you covered from 2 till roughly 7:45, 8 o'clock. Let's get you going. Rudy and I'll be sitting in out at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland. Come out, get there early. Get yourself a Wemby burger. Yes, that's right. There is a Wemby burger. French foie gras, black truffle sauce, Kobe beef, and French onion strings all stacked together for $1, and pair that along with a Yingling flight or a lager for just another $1 to celebrate.
$1?
That's $2. Burger and a Yingling. That's nice.
You can't beat that.
No, you really can't. Especially when you get some
foie
gras.
I'd get there early. We're here to help.
We're going to force Minix to eat the foie gras.
That is the challenge. Tweet him.
I like the fact that on my, and I would have mispronounced it too at first glance, that we have the phonetic spelling for foie gras. It's Fraagra.
I like the phonetic.
FOIE.
I like the phonetic because, it's like the national spelling.
Right. Because in French, it's foie gras.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to eat any foie gras.
What's okay?
And unless you're Wemby. And maybe that'll fatten him up because, it is goose livers.
He told Good Morning America, beef up for what? They need to skinny up.
Maybe. See, that's the Frenchy attitude that you're going to have to get used to.
Yeah.
I had a French foreign exchange student live with us one year.
He drove you crazy?
Interesting dude. I'm not going to extrapolate one person to represent the entire French country.
Thank you for that, Rob.
But he was very French.
Whatever that means.
It's just this, I don't know what snooty is the term that
Of course you took in the foreign exchange student.
I didn't take him in. My parents were looking for a better son. So they went out, looked outside of the country.
Oh, got you. It was, okay, now I'm following.
They were looking for, maybe they could trade up. So they, looked at France, had the guy live with us and realized they couldn't do any better than myself or my brother. So they sent him home.
2 Aggies. Sure. Can't do better than that.
My brother had to take him to register for classes at A&M, which is you get him to tell that story.
Will do.
Took a French kid, didn't speak any English to walk around Texas A&M. Just imagine the hilarity that followed. The Spurs have some good news for you if you want to stay young. It appears they're not going to chase Fred VanVleet or CP3. No surprise with CP3, really, but it looked like Fred VanVleet might be a kind of guy that would fit the Spurs' current needs.
It seemed that way, Rob, but the more we talked about it, the more we kind of felt like they may just go the whole, let's just build it from within and see where we are and then go from there.
Yeah, I get it. I absolutely do. But I do like the idea of having a winner, a proven winner with a certain edge to him. And both those guards have that little edge to them that might have added a little bit of grit to a very young basketball team. I get not doing it. And I understand that CP3 obviously is chasing a ring and there ain't going to be anything for him available there. But VanVleet might have been a pick that kind of fit. Mm-hmm. But it looks like Trey is going to be the guy unless we see something weird happen tonight.
Yeah. Now, LJ Ellis, who's been all over this, he was reporting this. A Spurs source said the plan is to avoid big, costly mistakes and to slowly build this thing out, see what you have first and see what you need, see what can be grown organically and go from there. So to me, I mean, VanVleet, you got to start at 100. He's a champ, and it's just the way the market is. I'm not saying he's a great player, but so all reports are, because there was a Western Conference scout that said they probably would go after CP3 or VanVleet, but the Spurs brass shut that down, saying, nope, we're not making any costly mistakes. But I don't know, how can it be a mistake if he ends up being really good? Why is it automatically assumed it would be a mistake?
Right. And here's my worry here, because it appears that they obviously the Spurs, they've got the the 1,000-yard stare, the long-term view on this thing. And, there's always how do you improve without taking too big of a risk? You want to temper your actions with wisdom. You want to, if you're going to do something, make sure you think it out, especially if you have the carte blanche and the wherewithal from your ownership, like, hey, take your time. We see the long term. But I don't want to pass up opportunities. I don't want great or good to be the enemy of great. You know what I mean? Enemy of perfection. If a deal comes down the pike, if there's something available, I'd like to think that they're taking the calls. This idea of we're going to grow organically and there's no real rush here. Well, if somebody calls with a deal that 2 years from now you would take, I don't want to, I don't want to just limit ourselves.
They will.
Well, my worry is sometimes you just put blinders on and you don't even give, opportunities just a shake. You just like, I don't even want to know because I might agree to it. I don't even want you to talk about it. And I don't want to be that team.
Well, from listening to him, Good Morning America, JJ Redick, listening to him at press conferences, he thinks very highly of himself. And I think he wants to be the best. And I think he wants to be a champion as well. So with all that said, I don't know why you wouldn't start the process of trying to put a championship team around them. But they did say grow it organically first. But listen to Wemby on his expectations for himself, and do the Spurs' expectations match it, is my question.
Obviously, as a competitor, I always want to win. But as I told you before, I don't know it all about the NBA. I don't know everything. I don't know anything. So I can't say I want to win the championship right now, even though I'm gonna be winning every game. But the true thing I wanna do ASAP is learn every day how to do it and how to actually win. Because I know players have tried to win the NBA for 15 years and haven't made it. Haven't done it. And it's just I know it's gonna be hard. And so I want to learn as quick as possible.
So it does sound like a little bit in there, Rob. He understands it's going to take time. So maybe this is the right approach by Brian Wright and the Spurs, right? Is that what that sounded like to you?
It does. I wonder how much tape he's watched with the Spurs. Because if he was watching last year, it's kind of depressing. I think he goes home.
But I would hope he know he was watching a team that was trying to lose. Right.
You wonder about how much you would want to even watch. And if I was Wemby, I'd go, I would like to see the highlight package of, I want to see what Keldon does best. Send me a package of 30 minutes of the best 2-3 things that Keldon does. I'd like to see a package of the best things that Devin does. Where has he always been successful? Just so I know when I walk on the court that, damn, I know that Keldon likes the ball on the elbow. And I know that defensively he can do this, but he can't do that. So I know some things ahead of time. I wonder how much he's doing the research on his future teammates.
And what if Malachi or Blake or Devin or Keldon, what if all these guys, Shohan, what if they end up being studs?
Well, we expect at least one of those dudes to be a stud.
You know what I mean? So I guess the playing it out organically, that's what that means. Like, hey, we don't know what we have in Malachi. We don't know what we have in Blake. Shohan turned the corner drastically last year. You know what I mean? He went from like being like, whoa, I don't know what we did. I don't know what we were thinking, to second team all rookie. So I feel them on letting it play out organically. But I don't know how you can say it's making a mistake, though, by signing a Van Fleet. Like, what if it's not?
That's what I'm saying. There are guys out there that will help. And if they want to come, don't go, well, we don't know what we've got in Blake Wesley. Well, I do know what you get in Fred VanVleet. And sometimes a bird in the hand. Sometimes just make the deal. And, you've got a trampoline. You've got a safety net. Exercise it now and again. Don't be afraid to make a move. And we'll talk about what Brian Wright has done, and it has been a stellar performance to get us to where we are now in just about 15 minutes. You'll see what he has manufactured out of what was a desperate situation. Remember, he inherited a team that had just traded away Kawhi, and what he has done to get us here is pretty impressive, so we don't want to take too much away from him. But coming back, Antonio Daniels, AD joined the Spurs to talk about VW, and the outcome is pretty interesting. He's got some great thoughts on how much he is hyped and how much in comparison it was to LeBron, and whether Pop is ready for the task at hand. Lots of words from Antonio, and when he speaks, we listen. Don't go anywhere. He's right around the corner. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Want to talk to you about Texas Cheer Liquor number 5. Next Friday, the Blitz will be out there. That's the location in Bernie out there in Cordillera Ranch. They're going to be celebrating their 1-year anniversary, 12 Truss Road Drive, Bernie, Texas, 78006. A lot of specials going on. They're turning one. They're going to have $2 off those margaritas to go. If it's $2 off, go ahead and get yourself that extra shot. Have a good time that Friday night. They're going to have deals on spirits. And just like Joe and I did a couple weeks ago, Jason and Joe are going to do the hourly bourbon giveaway. All right, at retail prices during the broadcast. That means, we did an Eagle Rare at retail. We did a Blanton's at retail, which you normally cannot get anywhere, especially at retail. So that's going to be the hourly bourbon giveaway. June 30th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Complimentary tastings with Lalo Tequila. What else I got? Bacardi, Old Smoky Moonshine, and more. So you're going to want to come out in person. The only way you can get these things is come out in person. That's Texas Cheer Liquor number 5 out there in the Cordillera Ranch. June 30th, the Blitz, me, gonna have a blast because it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
The number 1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water, pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey everyone, Michael Kielbasa here with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Since 1949, we've made our sausage with real smoke and honest meat to create our uncompromising slow method to craft that famous mouth-watering kielbasa experience. I hope that when you see our product, you pick it up, take it home and try it. And if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back, guaranteed. Find Kielbasa Smoked Meats in a store near you today.
In the Bible's creation account, I'm struck by the fact that the humans God put in the garden didn't have any anxiety. One writer defines anxiety as an automatic reaction to a threat, real or imagined. The root meaning of the word anxiety means to choke or to take by the throat. One of the ways we know we are anxious is a tightening feeling in our chest. In that original garden, there was no such thing as death nor any of the lesser evils humans have encountered since that produce anxiety. So one of the essential skills humans must develop in this life is how to deal with anxiety that comes from relationships, families, marriages, health, vocation, and the unexpected, to name a few. One suggestion is to develop the ability to respond rather than react. This calls for reflection that leads to responsible action rather than reactive impulses. So take some time today to reflect on what you've learned from anxious times in the past. This is Mark Absher, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, with a thought about anxiety. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Wemby Watch continues. Take a shot. Lots to talk about today. We had Antonio Daniels join the Blitz yesterday afternoon. Now, I'm sure there were some discussions regarding Zion and where he might land, but the matter at hand was certainly Antonio. I mean, it certainly was Wemby landing here in San Antonio. One of the things they asked him about is in his experience as a long-term NBA type, has he ever seen hyperbole? It's the long-term version of hype. Like this.
All right.
Now pay close attention to what he says about the hype that he has seen and the hype that Wemby is going through right now.
Like, here's the thing, Joe, about Victor Wembanyama. Now, he may be the best prospect in NBA history, but he's not the most hype prospect in NBA history. You know why? Because we haven't seen him. Like, when people are talking about Victor Wembanyama, a lot of times what they're responding to is what someone else said, not what they've seen. Because I've seen Victor Wembanyama play twice. And it was the two times where he played against Scoot Henderson to start this season. And what was so impressive was at 7'5", the first time I've seen this young man take the floor, he gave you 37 points and he was 7-11 from the three-point line. So when we think about some of the other guys that we've seen that have been heralded coming out of college, that have been heralded coming out of high school, it's because we've had an opportunity to see them on a big stage. And because of where Victor Wembanyama played, because of where Scoot Henderson played, we don't have that same hype behind these guys visually. Because if you talk to somebody about Wemby, you know what they'll say? Well, I've seen highlights that say this. I've seen highlights. I've never seen a guy at 7'5" shoot a 1-foot Steve Kerr floater. Well, were you watching the game? No, but I've seen highlights. So I think this is a different sort of hype around Victor Wembanyama than we've ever seen.
We didn't see LeBron that much. We saw LeBron a couple, unless you lived in Ohio.
It was legend. We didn't have access. And I think
it was all highlights. It's always been that way. Even with how many times have we watched Scoot play? Who's
as many times as Wemby?
Right. Who's sitting around watching the Ignite League? Who's sitting around watching the Thompson twins play in Overtime Elite? I see you working, Antonio, and I appreciate you coming on these airwaves, but that was a reach.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a reach, AD.
Because right now there's someone in Nigeria. There's someone in Angola. There's someone in Serbia. There's someone
how
in
much
Spain.
did we watch Luka, Rob?
None, nada. We saw him as much as we saw Wemby. It was this international dude that everybody's talking about, and we saw some highlights. That's what it was.
Hell, even with Zion, while he was on national TV every day, I didn't really watch him until they got to the tourney.
Well, I mean, I
have been seeing his like YouTube clips of him dunking in warm-ups and dunking on little kids in private school that were 2'3" or 5'8". You know, that was about it.
He is the most hyped athlete
ever
to join the NBA, and in the top 3 in the history of any sport right now. I mean, he's up there with Messi and Ronaldo, and you can name those truly national brands or international brands. That
are you offended if you're Bol? Who does the same things?
No.
He does the same things, Rob.
No, he does.
They're the same player.
If Bol had grown up in Paris and done all of that, he'd have been the same guy.
Where'd he go? Oregon?
He went to Oregon.
But he was hurt all the time, right?
He didn't play. Yeah, he was his freshman year, his only year at Oregon, he was hurt the entire time. I think he played like 2 or 3 games. Then he got to Denver and was hurt still.
And Mike Malone hated him.
Didn't like him.
Well, they won a title once they traded him.
And then ended up in Orlando and doing some things that I think
he had some good games.
Are prototypical to what we expect Wemby to get at. The 8 o'clock, don't forget, in about 20 minutes, you got your opportunity to win yourselves a a pair of tickets to go see Dave Chappelle. That'll be our hot ticket Thursday offering to you just after 8 o'clock. Coming back, we're going to talk a little bit of Brian Wright, but also let's catch up on the rest of the NBA as a trade went down yesterday. Ramifications to the West and the East. The unicorn stands tall in Boston, and some green hairs
We got to
landing
take
in
that
Memphis.
nickname away.
I know.
Let's take it away. He can't be the unicorn after he's been on 7 teams.
He's a stiff. We'll talk about the deal and how the Spurs got to where they are. More NBA talk coming. This is San Antonio's Sports Star, 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. It's R&R in the morning on YouTube and always at S.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
According to News 4's Don Harris and Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports, the Spurs are looking to move up after taking Wemby back into the lottery to try and pair him with his teammate from Mets 92, Bilal Coulibaly, a 6'8 wing. Also, tonight, Rue Pub, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. We're really going to go 2 to 8 all the way up until that first pick. We're going to be out there. Come and hang out with the Blitz and Rob and Rudy at the Rue Wemby Burger, baby.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I'm just excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It is a Wemby Thursday. We made it. The wanking for Wemby, the long dry spell that is over. We draft number 1 tonight, a little after 7 o'clock. Catch it live right here on SA Sports Star as the Rue Pub will play host to the broadcast that will be sent around the world via sasportstar.com that will tell us when Wemby is taken. We will be on the air. We certainly want you to join us out at Rue Pub. If you can't be there, listen to us, take your calls, every bit of thought we can have. We're going to run down Commerce, dang it, as the draft pick comes in today.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. But yeah, I feel you. Little cocky sucker said, I'm immune to these. I'm immune to all this pressure. I have higher expectations for myself.
Yeah, I like that answer. Can you imagine being 19 right now? 19. Yes. No. 19. Is that part of the bass music? No, that's even before that.
Yeah. Well, you should. What were you doing at 19, Rob?
Not this. Let's see. 19. That would have been no. 19.
I was still in my very, very short stint in the United States Navy.
I was joining the military as well.
I was in the Navy.
I was in the summer of my 19th year. I went to boot camp
at Lackland, right?
Yeah.
I was in Great Lakes, Illinois.
Whatever that is, yeah. I don't know which was worse. I don't know if it's worse to go right up. I mean, because I grew up right next to Lackland. Literally, one time I was standing in formation over, if you've been on that military drive.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
Troop walks that go over military drive that went through Lackland.
Yeah.
Standing in godly heat, and I hear music that I recognize. I don't know. And I look down.
There's some bass music.
Yeah, probably. And I look down and I see my brother driving my car.
At boot camp, that's brutal. While you're at boot camp getting told what to do and they're kicking your ass and telling. Well, I decided I was the genius at 18 that said, I'm going to go to Great Lakes boot camp 2 days after Christmas.
Oh, and so nice and warm up there.
Dude, the first couple of days it was snowing. Oh, man, this is awesome. By week 7, and it never stopped snowing. I was ready. My gosh, Great Lakes in December through March. Bro.
Made a man out of you.
Yeah, something like that. It was a cup of coffee, I'll tell you that. There was a cup of coffee in the Navy. That's all I said. Never again volunteer yourself.
The cold of Illinois or the heat of San Antonio. I don't know which is worse. The deal went down last night.
What deal?
Okay, so we had a 3-team deal, and it was a funny progression as it was starting to come across. So when we first saw a deal that was going to involve the Celtics, the Clippers, and the Wizards. And that was going to involve Malcolm Brogdon landing from Boston to the Clippers, but evidently there was some medical issues with Brogdon's most recent injury. So
he tripped himself on purpose so he wouldn't have to go to the Wizards.
Maybe. But the interesting part of this is how quickly Boston pivoted. It felt like the moment.
Oh, Brad Stevens wasn't messing around.
Hey, man, you know what? And more importantly, so they pivot off Brogdon, who didn't end up getting moved, which how'd you wonder how he feels today. And then they switched to Marcus Smart, who ended up going to Memphis. And in the long term, Porzingis lands in Boston.
And Trey Jones' brother, Tyus Jones, ends up with the Wizards.
And they get a point guard to take the place. And Memphis gets a guy to fill in while Jaw's gone, and a rough and tumble defender in the likes of Tony Allen. Remember what Allen was like with him. That's a guy that Mark is going to do very well in Memphis. That was a great get. I appreciate what Memphis did with this one.
They needed some leadership down there.
Now, Brad Stevens, you learned at the foot of Danny Ainge, and Danny Ainge is a wheeler dealer, man. Look how many draft picks Utah has this year.
I think this is just a start. That was the appetizer for tonight.
I hope, because if you think
I think it's about to be a lot of moves tonight,
is Kristaps Porzingis showing up in Boston?
Nobody said it's the answer, Rob.
Okay,
but I do see though, and I don't understand Cap. I didn't go to MIT. This has the moves that they may yesterday has something to do with them being able to. One, they're taking on a contract which is expiring, and Kristaps Porzingis he opted into his 36 with a 1-year deal. This is so they can sign Jalen and Tatum.
So it looks that
they're
way,
not going to
right?
break it up. That's what this was about. Like, that's why they went so quick to another move. Like, okay, let's take on this expiring 36, get Gallinari's ass out of here. You know what I mean? And we're going to get Kristaps out of here, and then we're going to re-sign Jalen Brown, and we're going to re-sign Jason Tatum to get the Supermax because they were all NBA. And then we'll just build around them. You had to get Marcus Smart contract out of the building as well.
Yeah.
So this was about those two guys, and that just showed us last night, them willing and dealing that fast after one deal fell through. They have no intentions on breaking up the Tatum-Brown tandem. That's what that's about.
I wonder, though. Obviously, they're making room to pay somebody. I just
They're
wonder
far
if it's
from
Jaylen
done,
Brown.
according to NBA Central.
So,
far from done.
I wouldn't be too shocked, Rudy, if Jaylen Brown was kind of being shopped around. It wouldn't shock me, man. It really, considering we've got
Is that
two
where
straight,
you're going? You know what?
I think it would be stupid. First of all, let me put this out there. You do not trade away or let Jaylen Brown walk out of the building. You do everything you can to keep him and help him out. That's 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA.
Or what if you trading them to Charlotte?
Well,
and you getting scooped?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
What are you doing
so
now? What if that's what they're doing?
Make the move. There better be massive potential coming your way. Massive. And it would take something like that. Maybe it's a Zion. I don't know. But if you're going to you want to talk about the massive potential for growth. It could be that way. I think that trade yesterday is the portent to things that are going to come today. I can't imagine that we don't have at least one whopper of a deal today.
I think there's going to be. I don't know if they're going to be whoppers, Rob, but I expect a lot of movement.
So we're at the pick number 3 Portland, in our early mock draft. And this is where the rubber kind of meets the road. Now, we both kind of feel like it's going to be Scoot to Charlotte because Brandon Miller kind of kicked Michael Jordan in the nuts by saying, I don't even know who he is, essentially. Right?
He's just a guy. They say, hey, what does it feel like to work out for Michael Jordan? Like working out for another guy. I never watched him. Paul George is my GOAT. Like, wow. He ain't going to Charlotte.
That ain't going to happen.
No, I don't know.
So if it were to occur, now we know the Dame situation. Should he stay or should he go? He wants to play with some older vets, but if you are going to draft, make sure you draft somebody you like. He's been part of the workouts. They will have a Brandon Miller available. They have the Thompson twins out there. What do you see Portland? And we're not going to play trades. We're just say they're drafting. Who do they draft?
Because I have Scoot going to Charlotte, I say Brandon Miller falls to Portland.
Let's hear who Brandon Miller is in the eyes of the NBA scouts with some overly produced sound effects.
Bobby Marks, player profile.
At 6'9", Miller brings excellent size on the wing, is a dynamic shot maker, a strong playmaker, and has shown the versatility on the defensive end to guard multiple positions. Miller is an easy fit for any team that drafts him.
He's a sniper.
He's that prototypical type of body that you need when you're talking about getting to the next level. Kawhi, LeBron, KD, Paul George, 6'8", 6'9", can handle, what do you call him, Rob? 3-level?
Yeah.
Mid-range.
3-level score.
3-level score. Maybe take a little bit to develop, like, like a la Jabari Smith. That's who I
Very
compare
much.
him to. Probably take him 2-3 years for a body to fill out and him to start understanding the game and the game to slow down. But I think he's a can't miss prospect with some other wolves. He's not going to be the alpha wolf. He's not that guy. But if you put some wolves around him, Brandon Miller could be a very key piece to any team.
Really open the floor for Dame. I mean, he'll supply what CJ did, but in a different way.
But Dame don't want to rebuild. He said that. I don't know how many hints do he got to give y'all, Portland.
So
he even gave you 2 teams.
I'm going to go. I think Brandon Miller is the appropriate pick for Portland. I'm going to say that. But because we have all this great sound and I want to play it, I want to play somebody else. And also, I'm going to offer a differing opinion.
Okay.
I think that Brandon Miller is going to be the sad guy tonight in the green room. I think he's going to fall a little bit further than he expects because of his performance in the tournament, where he just kind of got bodied, and it showed everybody it might be a little bit more of a year.
Anything to do with also what happened with him, taking.
I think that's been put to bed. I don't, I haven't heard much. For those of you who keep in mind, he played on the Alabama basketball team where there was, in fact, a murder involved, where he was thought to have supplied the gun to a teammate that went and killed a girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend. It turns out he wasn't, but he was still in the car. So I think he's still not good, but it's not as bad as we thought. But it's still bad. But I haven't heard anybody talk about it, so I don't think it even matters. I'm going to go. I think Portland is looking at this, and they're going to go a direction with a guy that might not fit immediately with Dame, but if Dame was to get traded, might be a great piece. I like Amin Thompson. He goes number 3. Let's hear what Bobby Marks has to say about him.
Bobby Marks, player profile.
Standing 6'7", Thompson is an elite lockdown defender and has an intriguing combination of open court scoring, dynamic playmaking, feel for the game, and creativity. The combination of his physical profile, passing vision, and downhill speed could allow him to play de facto point guard.
Amin Thompson, my pick to go to Portland, and that's with the expectation that I think Dame's going to end up being someplace else.
I like Anthony Simons as well.
I do too.
I think he's a good player. He shoots the 3. Then you put, either Brandon or Amon or Scoot over there. And then you have Dame. It's a little something. I mean, it's still a rebuild because they're all, milk on their tongue. But
tonight's draft pick is a summation of several years of work, which involved, skillful losing and appropriate trades with guys that you really kind of had to like. Brian Wright has navigated the Spurs since the loss of Kawhi. And really, it was that Kawhi deal that he inherited, where he picked up some draft picks. He got him a Pirtle. He had him a DeMar DeRozan. And really, from that point on, the work began. DeJounte Murray, no longer a Spur. Derek White, no longer a Spur. Both guys that are going to be NBA lifers. They're going to play a long time, and they got rid of them. Sum total of what Brian Wright did is to add a bunch of draft picks and pull this old team that was a 7th seed, hang-around team, well-coached but underskilled, under-talented, and take it, and over a period of 3 or 4 years, they tried to change the tires while the car's still moving, and they realized they weren't going to be able to do that. And they just stopped the car and pulled the tires off last year. And here we sit, $37 million in the bank, 5 number 1 or first round draft picks in the future, 2 number 2s tonight. I don't think we have given Wright the flowers that he is due. Now there's a lot of work to do, but as far as his performance over the last 3.5 to 4 years is as good as RC ever did.
Percentage chance they move up into the lottery tonight.
Today, I think
that it happened. I know they want to. I don't know who for, Rob. Let's leave who for out of it, because there's reports from Don Harris and Jake Fisher that it's going to be from Wemby's teammate,
Bilalaby or whatever.
Koulibaly. Forget who it is. What are your percentage chance that they move up into the lottery?
I think it's a really good chance. I'm going to say 50%. And
that's high.
Really, it's very high. I think that they do believe that they have some opportunity here. And that's why I brought up earlier that I don't want the Spurs, as they look at this and say, we've got a plan, it's going to be organic, we're going to find out who these guys are and how they can grow together. And we're really not looking to do anything other than grow this crop that we're planning. I don't want them to overlook opportunity. And this will be the first night that they're going to have opportunity. I think that there's going to be some early moves. I think there's be a couple of teams completely bail out of this thing. I think there's some teams that are going to be looking to pick up some bad contracts, and it's going to cost them some picks to do it. And I think the Spurs are sitting with some money and some picks and are ready to pick up the crumbs if they're out there. I think they're ready. It's just a matter of how much risk are they going to be averse to?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. And I think, along with will they get out of Wemby's way, the other storyline is if you're getting into the lottery, which a lot of reports, we have that from a lot of different sources, is it going to cost you just picks, future picks, or will it cost you a player as well as picks?
I don't think the intent, in fact, I'm very comfortable with saying the intent today is not to trade Keldon and Devin. That's the intent. I'm not saying it won't happen.
Rob, sometimes I get up in the morning and I intend to walk 6 miles. I sometimes it don't happen.
And sometimes somebody offers to give me a ride in a really nice car instead of having to walk those 6 miles, and I'll take the ride.
See what I'm saying?
So I think the full intent is there. I just hope they don't, as I said, have the blinders on going, we're not even going to listen because I'm afraid I might like it, because we want to see how everything shakes out with this growth. I don't know where you guys stand on this. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Should they be coming in like the Houston Texans tonight? Nobody's off the table. If we can get a top 5 pick, we're going after it. Or let's not go too far. We already got a number 1. We've already won this thing. Let's not pull victory out of the jaws.
Let's get greedy.
Well,
let's get greedy. Look, take a page out of D'Amico and Casario, man. Get greedy.
Roll the dice, man.
Get greedy.
Coming back, we'll see how greedy they are. Look at the Spurs and Wemby as they met at some point in the very recent past. Don't know when, but there was a discussion. We're going to hear from Don Harris as to the meeting and the expectation from the Spurs. How much of Wemby's folks are going to be joining the silver and black? We'll look at Wemby and the crew arriving in San Antonio next. Of course, it won't be any fun unless you are involved. If you got something to say about the pick or what the Spurs should be doing, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can jump in on our Twitter feed as we love, and also our YouTube. If you got something to say, it's easy to reach out to us there. We'll be right back talking Wemby, and we're going to hear from the godfather of San Antonio sports. His name is Don Harris. He's coming next. This is R&R, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 and SA sportstar.com. I woke up this morning, draft day, and you think back to what I looked like the last time the Spurs had a number 1 draft pick, 1997. Those were the salad days in my life. And you know what? I am thinner today than I was back then. I've been going to the Institute for Functional Health now for about 5 years, almost 6. Met Dr. Jacob Torres weighing about 275. Back in 97, I probably weighed about 250. Monday morning, I weighed in. And I don't get on the scale very often. I weighed in at 238 pounds. Haven't been this thin in a long time. It's been a long road, and it ain't over yet. That's the great thing about joining a group with Dr. Jacob Torres and the Institute for Functional Health, because I never went on a diet, friends. I went on a lifestyle change that I'll never leave. Now, I'm not on a fast-paced weight loss program, but I'm on a program that Dr. Torres set up for me years ago that I'm still on. Consider that. I'm a foodie. I grill. I eat. I enjoy food. But my attitude about food changed, and it was the advice from Dr. Torres that started the ball rolling. He put me on a program that he designed just for me, medically based. The ways you lose weight haven't changed over the years. For a long time, it's worked, and why change that? But he's added the functional part of weight loss. Our attitudes about food have been a little warped over the years. He adjusts that, provides the supplements you need, and everything that you have to lose weight, and he lays the groundwork for to be in a place to continue to lose weight, just to live in your life. And that's where I am. Now, there's some steps between where I was and where I am, and I want you to find out about those by talking to Dr. Torres personally. Find out about the man. He's a great guy. Huge Spurs fan, by the way. You'll see him at all the games, I'm sure, if you're buying some season tickets. Here's the number to meet him, 210-468-1891. The website to the IFF is iffhealth.com. Listen to me. If it's time to lose weight, if you've resolved to do it, there's no better way to go than the Institute for Functional Health. And if it's a doctor telling you it's this or something even worse, you need to call immediately, but you need to make the call. Not the easiest thing I've ever done. It's the best. Find out how you can lose weight and stay thin. Call them today. Change your life. Thank me later.
The number 1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You've probably heard me talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Did you know our hot Texas sun pounding down on your roof can degrade and age your roof? You need a reliable roofer, and that is Stevens Roofing. They're online at stevensroofing.net, or you can give them a call at 210-785-0994. That's Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994.
The most exciting jewelry buying opportunity is happening right now at Diamonds Direct. Pick any jewelry item and get up to 5 years special interest financing or take up to $5,000 off right now. Everyone's loving this because you get to design your ring and your payment plan and take advantage of our most flexible options ever. Hurry, this amazing offer ends June 30th. Enjoy financing for up to 5 whole years or get our best ever sales price. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com. Approved credit.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
Hi, folks. It's Rudy J. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on San Antonio Sports Star. We get this question quite a bit, so here's how it goes. You contact Morgan Harrison via email. Her email is morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she will have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on San Antonio Sports Star, or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, or even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy connected. Whether you're planning a backyard barbecue, a dinner party, or just looking to unwind after a long day, Texas Cheer Liquor has you covered. Visit Texas Cheer Liquor today and experience the best selection and service in the Lone Star State. Texas Cheer Liquor.
Hey, San Antonio, take pride in your health. Regardless of your profile status, know your health status. No shame, no judgment. Practice safe sex and get tested. Call 210-207-8830 for more information or find us on social media using #IKnowMyStatusSA.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the ninth caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. Ninth caller wins.
Hey, it's R&R.
Yes, it is.
A celebratory Thursday.
Yeah, good try. Good try.
Thursday.
Good try.
Ends in Y, so we can say it. I'm saying it again. Wemby, take a shot
of coffee.
Whatever you choose to shoot. Some folks getting off work, no matter where you're going, don't mind them brake lights. We'll get you where you're going, and hopefully you're headed out to Rue Pub today. We're going to go live at 2 o'clock as the Blitz gets busy at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland. We're going to go all the way through Wemby's draft pick, which will be number 1 overall, about 7:15 we expect. We'll take it all the way to where we need to take it.
We have a challenge in place, though, and this is what I'm going to say, Rob. This could be the curse. If Jason Minix does not eat the Wemby burger as constructed,
yes,
Wemby will be a bust.
I think that's a fair statement.
We rolling with that?
You
want to roll with it?
Jason's going to have to eat a goose liver.
As constructed, not the 12-year-old way, as he's accustomed to do now. He eats like a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm. The good news is it's not green, so he won't be afraid of it. I have a friend who eats a lot like Jason.
Okay.
Came to me and came walking up, limping up. And I was like, dude, man, there's a hitch in your get along. How you doing? And he's like, dude, I got the old man toe cancer. I was like, oh God, old man toe cancer. What the hell's that?
Gout.
I got the gout. I got the old man toe cancer.
But wait, I can't go I can't move past there's a hitch in your giddy.
You got a hitch in your giddy up, man.
That's a country ass bumpkin. You're a country ass bumpkin if you tell somebody.
I never claimed to be anything else.
You got a hitch in your giddy up there. I'm stealing that. I'm telling you right now. I'm stealing that. There's always a hitch in my giddy up.
Especially if you got the old man toe cancer.
But you know, I make fun of Minnick's eating habits, but I was the same up until November of last year, which is why I'm in the position I'm in.
Yeah, which, by the way, you're looking good as
Thanks,
always.
Man.
And
appreciate you, brother.
Pushing that iron yesterday. That's more weight than I've lifted in a long, maybe ever.
I got to hit you my giddy up 2 days forward.
I think that alarm went off this morning.
Yeah,
you rolled over.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to need some Tiger Balm or something.
What's that called? Lactic acid.
Yes, there you go. I need some turmeric.
We have a standing order, and though we let some guys get through the cracks today, if you call us, you get to speak to us because we love our listeners. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We're going to hear from Don Harris, the godfather of San Antonio sports, regarding Wemby and all the plans going on behind the scenes. But first, he wants to talk to Rudy, so let's do it. Ryan talking on the Spurs draft. Welcome aboard, man. Welcome to Wemby Day.
Appreciate it. First of all, love the show.
Thank you.
And I say that we should not get rid of Keldon Johnson or anybody.
Agree.
Try to do what the Texans did. First draft Wemby, and then draft. Try to get his teammate or one of the Thompson brothers.
I agree with everything Jason you just said, Ryan.
Jason or Rob, Ryan?
Or Amin or Osser. I'd go with the guys that actually can play other than an attorney for us or a limping PD and the talk radio host. Go get the basketball player. Ryan, we appreciate your call. And I think I'm with you. All in on this. Don't pass up opportunity. If you want to go get it, it might cost you more than you expected, but now's the time to do it. You're playing with house money. You already got the #1 pick.
Are we going to already give him the Giannis treatment? And when I say that, Giannis got all of his brothers' NBA contracts because the Lakers gave one of the brothers a contract because they were trying to recruit him. And then the Bucks wanted to keep him, so they signed the other brother. Are we going to already give Wemby the Giannis treatment and sign Bilal or draft Bilal Coulibaly? Are we already going to do that?
I think. Does Victor have any brothers?
Besides Tony and Boris?
I mean,
I don't
legit.
think so.
Does he have like a
on the way
brother
up?
on the way?
I don't know.
Is there somebody we got to plan for an open roster spot in a couple years? Because now that guy will be a Spur. Whoever that is, he wants to be a Spur. We'll take him.
His older sister plays basketball professionally. Younger brother Oscar plays basketball and handball at the youth level.
The
so
handball,
Oscar, we got to save him a spot.
Now the handball is not the handball you know of that we played on the wall at
Handball's
school.
the jail one, right?
No,
they play in jail.
It's like basketball and hockey.
I've seen that. Yes. I've seen that.
So
where you throw it in the goal.
Yeah. So at least he's an athlete. But if he's playing handball, that tells me he's probably not a hooper.
I think I could play pro handball.
I think you probably could, which scares me. I don't think Oscar is imminent to the NBA is what I'm getting at. If they've if the basketball team let him go to the handball practice,
like, hey man, let him go.
Yeah, let him
he
go.
ain't his brother.
Yeah. So maybe it will be about Coulibaly, which would be worth drafting just so we could say Coulibaly in.
I bet.
Timeout, Coulibaly in.
Yeah.
The draft pick, whether they chase Coulibaly or anybody else, I do think it's worth going all in. But we do know one thing for sure. Wemby is coming. It's just a matter of who the Spurs are going to let him bring with him. Don Harris spoke about what it takes to bring in a star like that and what the Spurs are amenable to doing as far as his crew. This is Wemby.
He's got trainers. He's got medical staff. He's got coaches. The whole move from Asvel, Tony Parker's owned team last year to this team with Metro 92 was because Metro decided they would turn the team over to his people, and the whole team was created around him and what he needed for this 1 year to get to the NBA. Whereas Tony's was a professional team, and you just come in and fit in. And I think that's the interesting thing here going forward with the Spurs. He made a comment at the press conference today. No coach will ever tell me not to handle the ball or to shoot threes. I've had coaches try to tell me that's not me. That's not how I play. So this kid's already saying things like he's going to tell Pop how he's going to play. And I think there's going to be a kind of a feeling out process and a get to know each other process because, like I said, he's got a team of handlers. He's used to doing things created around him. Not to say I don't think he'll be a good teammate and that he'll be able to take hard coaching. But it's just going to be so different than anything we've seen before. Kawhi was a Lone Ranger, and look what happened there. I don't think that'll happen here because I think his people are better than Kawhi's uncle. But I do think it'll be a bit of a shock to the Spurs system to see how he operates. In fact, I think, Tom James and Jordan may have to add staff just to handle him because, again, it's just different.
So much to unpack. The first thing I want to unpack, though, Rob, is no coach, quote, no coach, you're going to tell me not to handle the ball and not to shoot threes. The best thing that ever happened to Wemby in that situation is LaMarcus Aldridge.
Truth.
Because after LaMarcus Aldridge had demanded a trade, Pop came in front of a mic and said, I made a mistake and I tried to turn him into Kevin McHale, and I should have just let him be. So you can either, repeat your mistakes, or you can treat your mistakes as a lesson and learn from them. And I think them going over there to meet with him and to get a feel on what he wants to do and how he sees one playing. I mean, come to his words, not mine, making the mistake of trying to change LaMarcus Aldridge, I think helps Wemby in with that statement. Because Don's kind of shocked that he said that. Like, you going to tell Pop, like, yeah, he's already made the mistake. He's not going to do it with this guy who he lost 62 games for.
On the Kielbasa Smoke Meat phone lines, you can text in, and we had a texter reach out. So don't forget, he had to let Manu be Manu too.
On the court, he's 100% from the field. You know what I mean? As far as like figuring it out and seeing what it is he needs to do. And it was after Manu came to him and said, Pop, this is what I do. And Pop started scratching his head and looked at him walk off. It's like, you know what?
I think I'm gonna let you do that. Then. I think I'll put up with some of the crap and let you do that.
I remember there was a scene where Tony Parker comes to him and he's like, hey, Pop, I'm 29 years old. I haven't played in 3 weeks. And Pop says, all right, slapped him on the butt, told him to get out there. You remember that?
Like the accent. Keep working.
That was horrible.
No, it was good, actually. It was good. The idea that he also brought up, like, hey, I'm 7'5", I shoot threes. Ain't no coach going to tell me not to.
Are you going to argue with him as his coach, Rob?
Can
I tell him not to take some bad ones? Can I tell him not to take the one-legged? He does shoot 27% from three, Rob.
And I kind of like that one-legged one.
Me too.
I want you to keep doing that. That looks cool.
But I do want San Antonio to remember he's not Larry Bird.
No, he's not. But we're going to allow him to find out how much of Larry Bird he is. And I think that's really the key here because, Don took exception to him saying, well, I'm Wemby. No coach going to tell me how to play.
Right.
Pop's heard that before. Pop's heard that from
somebody.
Right? Oh, you think Steven Jackson didn't come in here and tell me this is how I play?
Somebody.
I think Tim to some extent was like, this is how I play. I think David didn't know how he played. David still learning.
David was trying to learn his body.
Yeah, David still trying to figure out how to feel the tips of his fingers. He'd grown a foot and a half in the last 2 years.
David playing Beethoven.
Yeah, so that's different. But I don't find any issues with the number one draft pick coming in the door saying, this is how I play. I wouldn't want to change that. I don't take exception to that.
Me either.
But I do think that the problem that we're going to run into is not on the court issues. As far as changing your spots and being different. It's how do you handle the modern superstar is really going to be the question. We're going to hear from Wemby coming up as he sat down on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts at the Tavern on the Green. Your calls, thoughts, and Wemby coming up on the other side of this fantastic break. Don't go nowhere. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale is happening now. Don't miss instant savings on select items up to $1,000 off throughout the store and online. And as a special thank you to our community heroes, all veterans and active military will receive 10% off their purchase. Plus, we offer special financing options for every budget. These 4th of July furniture and mattress deals are only available for a limited time. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com to shop and save today. Only at Ashley.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started now cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. From the space you have, to the features you want, to the savings you need. Like a new GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours, without you ever having to transfer the load over. Get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo Laundry Machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets in-store and online at the Home Depot.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning to all.
Welcome aboard the Wemby train. It is Wemby Watch. We are under 12 hours from the draft, a little under 11, actually. We'll have it live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's Rudy, I'm Rob, and it's a Wemby Watch kind of a day. It's the fruition of years of effort, and here we sit. Wemby will go off the board first tonight. We know that. We don't know what will happen.
I did see
after.
a bet. He had to bet $60,000 to win $300.
Good luck. You're going to win $300. It's a guarantee. I mean, it is a literal guarantee that you could sell everything you own today and put it on Wemby going number one, and you'll make some money.
So sell my home.
It is a literal
for $1,000.
I have never seen a more sure bet than this. There is no more sure bet.
Yeah, 60 grand to win 300 bucks.
But that's a
I'm
long
surprised
way
someone
to
even
go.
took that.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it's because it's like, okay, well, at most we'll lose 300 bucks, but we might win 60,000 if something weird comes back from a physical and the Spurs pass.
Even if it came back, he had 9 toes on one foot. We're taking him. We're taking him.
So
That's
true.
That's what helps him close out on those 3-point shots. Looking at the intel.
What's the
The latest Spurs intel on Victor Wembanyama. This is something that Edwin put together. Easy put together for us.
My man's a producer.
We're going to go through some of the latest news. Like, for example, looks like the Summer League, we're going to send Sohan, Wesley, Brent, Malachi, and if we get him we'll get him. I'm talking about Pop and the rest, allow him to play. Wemby playing all those games. That's the roster, man.
He told them in their meeting that wasn't during Pop's vacation.
No, nothing.
That he wants to play in the Summer League. And actually, he wants to play anytime he wants to, Rob.
Don't we all? We all want to play only when we want. We'll see according to what he wants. But we're learning Wemby. We don't know this guy. We really don't know. He sat down with Robin Roberts, Good Morning America, yesterday. I don't know what to think of him. I think he's got a little bit of a French edge to him.
Oh, for sure.
He's not Tim. He's not David. And he's the new modern athlete. Listen to him as he sat and talked with Robin, talking about who did he emulate growing up. I mean, we heard from Brendan Miller. He didn't even know who Michael Jordan was. Just some old dude.
Which is okay. Whatever.
Who did Wemby want to be growing up?
There have also been some who look at you and go, are you ready? The day in, day out, the grueling NBA schedule.
They could think that because they don't know my work ethic. I know how I work, how we work with my surroundings, my environment. You know, I could never have any doubts.
And so when someone says bulk up.
Why? What for? You should tell others to skinny up.
No worries. Oh, that was him with Roberts talking about gaining some weight.
Yeah. But growing up, he said he watched KD and Giannis mostly. And then he also said this year it was mostly Joker and Embiid.
You know, this year.
There we go.
In the playoffs, I really love Jokic. Like, he was the guy I watched the most. You know, Embiid also. But in the past couple of years, it was more Giannis and KD a lot.
Now,
tall, skinny dudes.
Embiid and Joker this year, Rob. He plan on getting on the block here and there.
Yeah, he's gonna have
sometimes.
He's gonna have to. He's 7'5", dude. Yeah,
but no coach is gonna tell him not to put the ball on the floor and shoot threes.
Well, no. But when we consider the paint, it's more about how did you get there and where was the ball when you got there.
You don't want him fighting for position. Is that what you're saying?
When we talk about points in the paint, that doesn't mean him going down there, planting his ass on the block, raising one hand, sealing out the other dude, and calling for the ball. That's not. Now, it might when there's a mouse in the house, and just about every play down, there's going to be a mouse when he's 7'5". But when I say mouse in the house, that's somebody smaller guarding you when you're in the paint. That's an old basketball term. When you hear mouse in the house, that's your coach telling you, the dude's smaller than you, turn and go up. So there'll be a lot of mouses, but I don't think we're talking about him planting his ass in the paint and waiting for it. It's him dribbling the ball, getting into the paint. It's the last part of the move that I think they're working on.
When I look at, he said KD, he said Giannis, Embiid, and Joker. What they all have in common is that free throw line extended catch, which can put you right into the paint on the dribble too, right? They all kind of play. Even KD. KD does a lot of mid-range stuff.
You know,
so I'm cool with that. I don't need you to be Hakeem or Shaq. I don't need, like you said, Rob, I don't need you sitting on the block and going 4 down.
No.
But if you can, I would love to see you get in the paint and use your 7'5" height advantage, though.
Keep in mind when we talk about points in the paint, Tony Parker led the league in points in the paint one year.
I know.
So we're talking about, it's not planting your ass and posting up. It's when you took the shot where you're in the paint. And there are going to be a lot of pain points for Wemby because, yeah, he's offering the 3-point shot, and you're crazy if you're not letting him take that all day long because it's a wide open shot most of the time, even if he's guarded. But the idea of the in-paint 3 is certainly a huge deal, too. I think he's
in-paint 3. I like that.
That's going to be part of the game that's absolutely coming. And that's part of it, right? I mean, Pop's going to have to adjust to the 7'5" dude, bringing the ball up, maybe never giving it up. Little crossover, hezzy fadeaway three, and you go, well, that's just part of Wemby. That's just what we got to live with.
It shouldn't be much of an adjustment because you've been watching him and you decided to lose 62 games for him. So why would you change that? I don't think it should be an adjustment.
Now, there is the European easily coached mentality that I think Pop has always chased, but I'm not sure that this guy falls into that category.
Why?
Because I don't think he came up the way that Luka and Joker came up. Those guys came up in a different way. I don't know how to describe. I think both those guys came up being, coached among men at 13 in Serbia and Lithuania. I think he's been a little bit more taken care of. I think he comes to the NBA more like a college AAU type than into the European types that came through the system.
True.
So with that comes some questions that Pop's going to have to deal with. And we talked, Don brought it up earlier. You're going to have a guy to tell you, look, this is what I do, and I'm going to go do it.
No problem with that.
And nobody has ever told me otherwise. We got more to cover coming back on that 45. When we get back, we're going to take your phone calls. We see you, Mondo and others. We're going to take your calls faux show. We're going to talk Brian Wright on the other side at 8 o'clock, but coming back. The trades are beginning. They started last night. What do we expect today? Will Zion be wearing a different uniform? Is Dame going to be on the moon? And where is the unicorn? We're talking about NBA deals coming up next on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The number one pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter.
See every angle with dual cameras.
Make it a double.
All on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only get one per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
When you wake up well rested on a great mattress, everything becomes clear.
I should really give my dad a call.
Things you missed when you were tired suddenly come to light.
Wow, I'm a morning person.
At Mattress Firm, we know the right mattress matters. And at our 4th of July sale, you can get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700 on select Sealy mattresses. Shop in-store or online at mattressfirm.com. The right mattress matters. We'll find yours. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Anytime we get together, we never know if it's going to be the time that will make the memory that we never forget.
One night with Dave Chappelle. Live in concert, July 12th, AT&T Center. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Subscribe to Chappelle's podcast, The Midnight Miracle on Luminary, to get info and special ticket access to select venues.
The most exciting jewelry buying opportunity is happening right now at Diamonds Direct. Pick any jewelry item and get up to 5 years special interest financing or take up to $5,000 off right now. Everyone's loving this because you get to design your ring and your payment plan and take advantage of our most flexible options ever. Hurry, this amazing offer ends June 30th. Enjoy financing for up to 5 whole years or get our best ever sales price. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com. On approved credit.
San Antonio
Antonio Metro Health would like to remind you to stay safe during extreme heat events. Limit your time outdoors and do what you can to cool down. Be sure to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. For more information, visit us online at sanantonio.gov/health.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
The year is almost half over and you're still dealing with that knee or hip pain. Enough is enough. Pills are not the answer. Surgery is not the answer. You need to call QC Kinetics today. Hey, it's James Pudger with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The advanced regenerative medicine solutions at QC Kinetics can give you life without chronic joint pain. You can do all those summer activities you used to enjoy. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in taking healing properties from your own body and then applying them right into your achy joint, so your joint tissue can be repaired and restored naturally. The treatment is truly revolutionary. Patients across America are having life-changing results, and there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have pain in your knees, back, shoulders, hips, you need to stop what you're doing and call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can give you your life back. Call 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R.
Yeah, it is.
He's Rudy. I'm Rob. There's the R's. Easy E. Edwin Hefner with us. The ESPYs were announced.
Oh yeah,
the awards. You know, the ESPYs are hosted on the slowest sporting day of the year.
Always
the one day where there are literally no professional sports of name going on, and nominations. The U.S. Open winner got nominated for like best clutch performance. I saw all the different categories of the ESPYs. I think I can come up with a few of my own.
Who's hosting this year? It's always somebody zany and.
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
We've been lost in the woods there.
Yeah, I don't know who
but
it is.
I saw a couple of the categories, and I was like, that's pretty good.
The host is don't say.
LeBron James, Pat Mahomes, Michaela Schifrin among the 2023 nominees. It's always a slow night in the sporting world when that happens.
Wendy just reported Dame Lillard don't want to play in the youth movement.
I'm telling
you. This is how many minutes ago? This was 8:30.
He's going to get traded today.
8:30, yeah. So about 20 minutes ago, Wendy's reporting, nope, he don't want to. It could be Brandon Miller. It could be Scoot, Anthony Simons. Hey, this ain't what I want to do anymore. I've been loyal as possible. Y'all have given me my guaranteed Supermax. So now move me to Brooklyn or Miami was his.
Yeah.
Now you brought up Utah having 3 first-round picks. They make sense.
Utah has 3 first-round draft picks. Nothing high. I think the lowest one, the highest one.
Had Donovan Mitchell. I don't think that works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is not the same guy, but it's the same guy.
That doesn't work. He's not, and Dame don't want to go to Utah.
I've heard Park City is beautiful.
Oh, lovely place. I'm just pretty sure Dame ain't eager to go to Utah.
They don't want to hear Dame's rap
album. There might be a studio there he can record.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They don't want to hear his rap album.
He could bring it with him.
I like him next to Jimmy Butler, though.
I feel like Dame is going to move. I feel like Zion's going to move. And I think there's probably one other out there that is going to move in the next 36 hours. It might not happen today, but I think that there are 3 big moves coming. And the second apron moves just are beginning,
it's
just
brutal.
Now starting. And that second apron term is something we're going to have to get used to because Kristaps Porzingis and Marcus Smart are the epitome of the second apron dudes, the dudes that you need,
right?
The dudes that you want, but you don't want to have to overpay because of the luxury tax that now goes along with your secondary stars. So we saw that happen yesterday. Kristaps Porzingis taking off that pink Wizards uniform and putting on green. And Marcus Smart's going to have to find a new hair colorist because he's going to leave the green-haired den that is the Fleet Center and land in Memphis, which for all the moves, yes, I like what Memphis did. That was a good get for them.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a terrible move, but they need to fill in for at least 25 games with a 2 guard. And
well, he's a better Dylan Brooks. better defender.
What a great point.
Better shooter, better leader.
And he adds that edge that
You know
Brooks
what I
is going
mean?
to take away.
Exactly. So he's just a better Dillon Brooks. Is a great replacement for Dillon.
The other one that is strange that I read again, Paul George at least on the for sale.
He's Brandon Miller's GOAT.
Pretty much. Who's that other guy, Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I didn't watch Michael Jordan. He's just some dude. Yeah, Paul George on the move. The Clippers about to break up the Kawhi-Paul George tandem. Now, that's significant because Kawhi specifically picked out Paul George that he wanted to play alongside of when he met with the Ballmer team.
Now, he'll get some Chris Paul, probably.
Who, Kawhi?
Yeah.
So they can both be out in the playoffs?
I'm just pointing out that there's going to be some free money there in Clipper land.
Yeah, they're going to both be out in the playoffs.
What's your expectation for deals today? You think?
I think it's going to be a juicy day. I think we're going to have a juicy evening, especially because of Zion, because of Dame Lillard, because of Paul George, because of teams with plethora of picks, because of Wemby. What happens after 1 and 2 are gone, I think all hell breaks loose. After we say, because Wemby, okay, he's out of the way. But what does Charlotte do? Once Charlotte decides what they do, all hell will ensue. Nobody's going to go where any of these mocks say they're going to go. Teams like Utah are going to move in and out to get different players, those guys that are restricted and not. I think we're going to have a juicy NBA evening. I think NBA is going to be exciting. We're going to have a really fun show tomorrow.
I think it's going to be an interesting night tonight. And we're going to take you all the way up to the Wemby draft as the Blitz will start you live from 2 o'clock all the way to the end there at the Rue Pub. And I'm sure by the time we say goodbye to the San Antonio audience and start carrying the Nationals, there will be some deals made. I think that there's a couple guys that you might want to learn their name. Hafner, I want you to find this guy. He is out of Central Florida. Okay. Taylor Hendricks is his name. And as all the low-key draft picks coming out tonight, I think Taylor Hendricks is the one that's going to jump the highest. He's a UCF type with a long wingspan, and the Spurs have no need for this guy, but somebody does. Let's find Taylor Hendricks sound there, Edwin. As we get closer and closer, we're at now the number 4 overall draft pick that comes to the Houston Rockets, who have a variety of different things.
They have so many things already there.
Now, I don't expect you to know exactly, but you might want to look at Taylor Hendricks if you're a Houston Rocket fan.
Bobby Marks, player profile.
Hendricks is the ideal fit in today's NBA as a versatile big who can guard the rim, defend all over the court, and space the floor on offense. A standout defender who can guard 3 positions and has great instincts as a rim protector.
A lot like the other guys they've had. The only reason I think that it's likely is I think Amin Thompson's already going to be off the board, but I'm pretty comfortable with the fact that if Amin is sitting there at 4, they're going to draft him.
Amin Thomas?
Amin Thompson, yes.
Speaking of Houston?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. At 4, I think he could be there. Because again, we're all waiting on Charlotte.
If Charlotte makes the move, then everything after this comes into.
See, if Charlotte does take Brandon Miller, then of course Portland takes Scoop because they're probably going to move Dame in that situation. Then now with Houston, you're sitting there with like the Pickens, the best pick of the litter for the rest of the draft, and it probably will be one of those Thompsons. And the CBS mock has Amen Thomas going to the Rockets.
And I think he's going to be gone by then. I really do. I think at 3. Now the Spurs have when we've mentioned the Spurs and their chase. Now there's Bilal Coulibaly, which is the guy that's playing with
Wemby's buddy.
Wemby right now with the Mets. But there's a couple guys that we've heard a lot. Anthony Black coming out of Arkansas, and a kid named Bufkin coming out of Michigan that has been a late riser, Kobe Bufkin.
Whatever.
Edwin Hafner, can you find us some overly produced
Bufkin
information regarding
Bufkin
Kobe
sounds like
Bufkin?
A linebacker.
Let me tell you, I watched him play a couple of times this year, and he is a left-handed bucket. What does Marks think?
Bobby Marks, player profile.
A versatile combo guard who plays in attack mode, Bufkin possesses great touch around the basket and finishing through contact. A shifty playmaker with 3-level scoring potential.
Kobe Bufkin out of Michigan, one of the Spurs insider types that a lot of them like to fit what the Spurs are chasing. Anthony Black, a different type, 6'7" point guard without a shot
Point
at all.
guard?
Yeah, I think he thinks he's a
See, when
point guard.
you see how my spidey senses perk up when you yell out point guard?
Why?
Because the Spurs need one.
And whether they're going to go get it via free agency, we have heard whether they may or may not be chasing a couple of guys. We'll get you caught up with what Brian Wright is chasing. Is it a serious older dude, or they don't want to go draft? What's Wright doing on top of what he's already done? We'll look at what the Spurs have done. We're going to look at the data download that is the Spurs draft today and tell you everything Wemby's done over the last 36 hours, because that's what we do. Hold on tight. More Wemby talk coming. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for R&R in the morning on YouTube and always at sasportsstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
And reports Pop has not signed a new contract, but when he does, the terms of the deal are expected to be what was previously reported, a 3-year deal worth approximately $14 per season with opt-outs after the first and second seasons. Wemby, if he decides to play in the summer league, Spurs sources also say Jeremy Shohan will be on that team. Shohan missed last summer league after he contracted COVID-19. R&R in the morning, last hour, sit tight.
Sports Center is brought to you by BraintreeNutrition.com. Better sleep, more focus. BraintreeNutrition.com.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the back with the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's a number one overall draft pick kind of a day. He's our number one draft pick. I am an unsigned free agent named Rob Thompson. That is Easy E on the other side, the general manager of this show, taking us all the way to 10. And a lot to do. As we get started, we're going to get you caught up on what's going on in the league, the trades that have happened, the ones that we expect. We're going to hear a lot from Victor Wembanyama, but we're going to also figure out how we got here under Brian Wright's leadership, because what he has done to get us to this number one pick has been pretty impressive when you put the sum total on it and you look at the timeline. Now, it's easy to get the number one in 1 year. You just go out and lose a bunch of games. But planning for that has been so key. And you look at when Wright took over several years ago, he inherited an old basketball team with a couple of dudes that, quite frankly, didn't intend on being here. It wasn't what they were unhappy, but it was time to start breaking things apart. And since then, we've said goodbye to DeJounte and to Derek and DeMar and Pirtle, just to name a few. And from those four gone, what has been leveraged from that Kawhi move has now put the Spurs in a situation that, well, yeah, they got the number one this year, but it's the future picks that are in the back. 4 number one draft picks, 4 second-round draft picks coming up over the next several years that are imminently available to be used. Now, when will he, in fact, use them is key. And I think as we get closer and closer to the number one draft pick, we're going to start talking not about Wemby, but what's going to happen next, as the Spurs have 2 second-round picks tonight. And you know, by every measure and by every source, the Spurs are eager to jump back in and keep this youth train moving, at least for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at, they got the 33rd tonight, so that's 3 picks into the second round they'll be picking if they so choose, but also the 44th. But, I mean, just looking, you keep sticking with the Brian Wright theme, Rob. In 2024, first-round pick, Hornets first-round pick, lottery protected, Raptors first-round pick, Lakers second-round, Pelicans second-round, 25, the same, their own, the Bulls first-round pick, which is another great move on Brian Wright's part. DeMar's deal is expiring, but you do the sign and trade to get something from Chicago, and who knows, though, that pick may be great. Hawks first-round pick because of DeJounte. I mean, really, while we could talk all we want about Wemby, he really set himself up and the organization up to where, hey, you know what? We might not hit, the lottery 3 times in a row. So just in case we don't get Wemby, let me also have stockpile some Sam Presti, cupboard full of groceries just in case. But just so happens you get Wemby and the cupboard's full.
The cupboard is
So,
full. And
shout out to Brian Wright. He does deserve some flowers, Rob. We haven't given him any.
$7 million in the bank.
Right.
You've got the ability to say no. You have the ability to say, no, we don't want Fred VanVleet. We could pay him. We just chose not to. You're not out of anybody. You're not. There's just about every free agent out there. If you want them, you could go get them, or at least have the money in the bank, and you got the pieces and parts to trade, and you even have the wherewithal to say, no, you can't touch a couple of guys. That you couldn't be in a better situation than you are. But now you got to capitalize on it. And you brought up earlier that Oklahoma City, watching them pile up these draft picks over the last 4 or 5 years, it seemed rather ridiculous. But they fell ass backwards into Josh Giddey. They didn't know he was going to be worth what he was. They hoped.
He's Luka part 2.
They thought this dude is a straight-up baller, and he was not part of the plan. He was just one of the guys that was available with one of these number ones that they picked up, these first-round draft picks. And you hope that they have those in the bank, but don't pass up on available deals. And it feels like today will be a chaotic day, that there's going to be some decisions that have to be made immediately. Like, do you want this now? Because if you say no, we're going to be like Boston was last night. The moment that the Clippers go, we're a little concerned about Brogdon's ankle. Done. We're moving on. They have to be able to pivot like that. And that's the one thing that Wright has not been in a situation to have to do.
Sticking with Oklahoma, with another thing you hope to happen, Rob, if you're the Spurs, is if you do make one of these trades at some point, you hope it turns into Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who ends up being first team All-NBA. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think when they traded Paul George to the Clippers and they got Shai, I know Presti's a wizard, but I don't think he knew Shai was going to be the first team All-NBA.
Yeah, they hoped. They thought. But there was no Shai could guarantee.
But we didn't think he'd beat out Steph Curry and Dame Lillard and Donovan Mitchell and any Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? Like, beat them out for first team All-NBA. So if you are the Spurs, while you say, they tell everybody, they tell the Spurs sources, hey, no, we're not taking no VanVleet. We're not taking no CP3. We're not taking on any of those unnecessary risks. Now, sometimes those risks turn into first team All-NBA.
How upset would you be? And upset's a bad term because this Koulibaly might be everything that the NBA scouts are telling him. Wemby's buddy at Mets 92 has evidently played himself into the first round, which is great. I watched him, again, as AD has said, only on highlights.
Me too.
But the highlights that they show me don't show me a lot on the offensive side, a lot of defense. Would you be upset? Would you be mad if they and I don't want to say squander, because the pick would have a purpose, and the purpose wouldn't be so much about the player, but about the player's relationship to my guy. Would you be upset if they spent a couple of second rounders or a second and a first to be named later to go get a guy named Koulibaly, who really in any other period of Spursdom would have been drafted and put in Austin for 3 years?
No, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because we have to start catering to him tonight at 7:03. We start to, look, you have to maintain some form of like control and discipline and things like that. And who's really in charge. But at the same time, courting him for 5-6 years down the line starts tonight. It starts tonight. Yeah, personal trainer, bring him. Shooting coach, come on. Strength and conditioning coach, hey, why not? Tom, Jordan, hire some more people. It's not about right now. It's not about right now. I'm just going off the credit report. The credit report since 2018 says, for whatever reason, there's a few guys that don't want to be here. And a lot of times they're really good players. Whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not in there. I don't think any of us know, and none of us will ever know, because Kawhi and LaMarcus and DeJounte Murray have all been professional about what really went on. But something's gone on. Get out the way. Let him play as much as he wants. Let him bring a few people of his. I mean, hell, we tried to get Scola. We got Oberto. I mean, how many people did we bring over here from Manu's team?
I know that little point guard.
They tried to bring a couple French guys for Tony. We're not going to do it for Wemby?
Yeah, we brought Nando DeColo in. Nando DeColo was a Spur to take care of the French.
We're not going to do it for Wemby? Stop it. Stop it right now.
Does he know Nando? Will he come play? The idea is to improve the team, but at every juncture, improve the team with Wembyama's approval of how they're going to improve the team.
Right.
I mean,
no. Approval's a strong
he's not
word.
buying the groceries, but he is going to decide which cut of beef. We're getting beef, but
they did sit down with him and ask him, how do you see first year playing out? And he said he wants to play as much as possible. They said, hey, we'll try and accommodate you. Now, they also spoke to the French national team, Rob. Why would they want to speak with the French national team? Now, they did congratulate them on getting a generational talent, but what else went on? We're not in that room. Let's say you were a fly on the wall in that room, Rob. What do you think the Spurs said to the French national team?
Do you go in going, even with them, y'all are going to lose? Or do you go, you don't even need them, you're going to win anyway?
So don't play them too much.
Don't play them too much or at all, because heck, the last time I saw this French squad, that Rudy Gobert guy can really play. I mean, what are you doing? What do you say? Because we don't want him play. We all don't want him playing in this thing. Every Spur or God-fearing American should go, we don't want you playing for France for whatever purpose, whether it be for injury or the fact that if he's on this French team that has enough French types that could just beat Team USA on its own merits, even without Wemby. So do you go that way? Because we don't want him playing there.
Yeah, we do. And you don't want to break the collective bargaining agreement and have said anything to the French national team that they could report to Adam Silver and get you in trouble, because you're not supposed to deter your players international. You can't have it both ways, Rob. You can't draft the Jordan of another country and then tell them don't play for your country.
Well, we can't tell them, but, we didn't expect you to get pregnant, as Becky would tell his player. We didn't expect this. Wow. We didn't plan on this.
Don't forget about as Pledger said, don't forget about Livio Jean Charles.
Olivio.
So, yes, draft Koulibaly. What the hell is his name? Draft Koulibaly. Draft him.
Do we have the draft profile for
Koulibaly?
Bilal Koulibaly?
We have to.
Koulibaly has a 7'2" wingspan, is a springy, bouncy athlete with great open court speed and above-the-rim ability. On the offensive end, Koulibaly is a slasher, cutter, and instinctive scorer. A versatile and disruptive defender who uses his elite athletic tools and length to pester ball handlers and disrupt passing lanes.
You know what Koulibaly is?
Man.
Let me tell you what Koulibaly is.
I'm sold right there, Bobby.
Are you
Marks.
kidding? Did he talk about one thing basketball? He didn't talk. No, he didn't. Listen, play it again. He didn't mention one basketball thing. What he told you is this guy is about 6'9" and can run and jump really high. That's all he said.
I'm fine.
Listen to what he had to say again. This has nothing to do with basketball. This could be a football player. You know what this guy is? He's the guy that says athlete I'm recruiting. When they recruited this 6'8" athlete. This is athlete.
So sad.
It's not sad. It's going to make him millions of dollars.
Koulibaly has a 7'2" wingspan, is a springy, bouncy athlete with great open court speed and above-the-rim ability. On the offensive end, Koulibaly is a slasher, cutter, and instinctive scorer. A versatile, disruptive defender who uses his elite tools and length to pester ball handlers and disrupt passing lanes.
Did you hear any basketball thing in there?
You know what I heard?
He's a free safety.
No, you know what I heard?
What?
Jeremy Shohan.
No,
that's what I just heard.
Not quite, but close. Close.
Jeremy's an athlete. Jeremy's a disruptive defender. Jeremy cuts. That he just described Jeremy Shohan,
and we described a guy with zero basketball skill.
Rob,
that was not how. Can we find Shohan?
How much skill does Shohan have, Rob? What skill did he bring? Nothing.
Oh, don't go that far, Rudy.
This is
second team All NBA.
Great dresser.
This is second team All NBA guy.
No, second team All Rookie.
Well, that's what I mean. Second team All Rookie.
I'm saying you could
the
draft
comparisons aren't even close.
Athletes.
Well, I just find it very interesting that a general manager of sorts did not mention one basketball attribute other than he's got a long arms and can run and jump. That's what he said. A disruptive defender. That he didn't say on-ball defender. He just said disruptive and would pester. That means, yeah, he'll jump in a passing lane because he doesn't understand the game yet. And the dude can run and jump really high. He's a second-round draft pick at best. But with the approval, with the request, suddenly he becomes a first-round draft pick for the Spurs. I think he's going to fall a long way. I just don't think that – I think the Spurs are going to wink and nod. Yeah, we'd love to have him. And if we can make a deal, maybe it'll happen. And, yeah, we like what he can do, but 7'1" can run and jump.
That's a lot of guys.
Not in the first round of the NBA draft.
Dude, look, the kid came a long way. I like him. He smiles great in the locker room, plays great defense. But that was, if I could switch out Koulibaly and put Jeremy Shohan's name in there, and it's the same guy.
They're not. First of all, Jeremy's 6'10".
Oh, sorry.
It's a little bit different.
I'm sorry. Depending on what shoes Koulibaly wears. That's Italian.
You're so in on this Koulibaly just as you want to say his name.
I want to say his name, and I want to cater to the future.
And the sad thing is I'm so against him because I don't feel like I know enough about him. You know, I should know more about this cat. I'd never heard of him before 2 weeks ago, to be honest with you. But when the description comes out, versatile, competitive forward who does a lot of little things on both ends that stood out. And this is the description for Jeremy Sohan coming out of college.
See?
Generated some buzz toward the end of with amounts of senior years, high school, becoming 6'9", 230 frame, 7-foot wingspan, good dimensions for a power forward. Does a little of everything offensively, passing. At least there are some basketball attributes, but right. I don't think there was time for Marks to give us that. But I just found it interesting that when you're describing a basketball player, he could have been describing a free safety.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of pull Wemby has, because Giannis got his brothers paid for doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. LJ Ellis tells us that the Spurs are not going to pursue any big money deals now. We're going to talk about what the Spurs should be pursuing as far as money deals. But if we're talking big money deals, that might be no CP3 and Van Fleet. We'll talk about the veterans available. Where should the Spurs look outside of the draft as we bring in Wemby? More discussion regarding that and what mistakes they need to avoid. Here comes some Spurs talk as Wemby joins them tonight a little after 7 o'clock, and you're going to hear it live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. We'll be right back. You're on 94.1 The Star. Go there very quickly. Check out all that we've got. I want to talk to you about Tri-County Meat Market. As we welcome Wemby in, maybe it's time to put a steak worth his size. Go get yourself one of those giant tomahawks and mark the day that Wemby arrived in San Antonio. Hey, Tri-County Meat Market's locations are open and waiting on you. Specials every week. When you walk into the one over on Hebner or out on Ralph Fair, there's certain things you know are always in play. The 5 for $25. Listen to me. You pull 5 items off the shelves. You put them in a bag. You pay $25 total for what's in the bag. There are 2 meals in that bag easy. It's the best deal in San Antonio. Don't leave Tri-County without taking advantage. And also don't walk out without getting on their email list so you know all the specials before anybody else does. You can get in there and get that prime cut. And if you get there and they don't have it, they're going to cut it for you. That's what they do. They are a curated meat specialist. Hey, when you walk in there, grab yourself a new rub, get yourself all the pellets you need. If you're looking for something exotic, maybe coming out of Cajun land, they got all that as well. They're a full-service meat market with everything else you need to up your grilling game. That's Tri-County Meat Market. 2 locations, Ralph Fair and Hebner. If you haven't been, what are you waiting on? And if you have, where you been since? Head over to Tri-County today. Put some good meat on the grill. Take a picture of it, put it up on sasportstar.com. You could walk away with a $50 gift card. That's Tri-County. Go there today and thank me later.
The #1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Do you consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur? At Twin Peaks, we're proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some of the most incredibly rare bourbons and whiskeys you're going to find. Also, rare and great tequilas. Plus, go check out the Barrel Selects, which are handpicked by Twin Peaks' team of experts that are bottled just for you.
Attention, all my poker players. San Antonio's premier card house is SA Card House, located at 281 North and Bitters, has the full attached bar, full grill with some of the best food you've ever had, and also one of the best old fashions you've ever had. But right now, it started on May 26th. They're doing the 124K giveaway. From May 26th all the way up till June 30th, they're going to draw 17 hot seats per day, every hour, from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. That's right, 10 a.m., 2 a.m. every hour. Members who have more than 80 hours of playing time during the promotion period are going to receive that multiplier. 80 to 99 hours, 2 times the prize. 100 to 224 hours, 4 times the prize. And over 225 hours, you're going to get 6 times the prize amount. So you got to play to get the pay. That's SA Card House, the premier card house. Check it all out at sacardhouse.com. That's SA Card House at Bitters in 281.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure. You have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing. Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number M16004, DACLA 000744345E.
It's Hot Ticket Thursday. Be the 9th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way. The hottest tickets to the hottest events. 9th caller wins.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. The clock is ticking and the Spurs are on it. First draft pick comes off after 7 o'clock. Catch it live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. We're out at Rue Pub. Come join us. Starts at 2, goes all evening long. Grab your draft day gear. No luck involved with this one. All we can hope now is Spurs don't make a big mistake, overspend on a place where they don't need to be overspending.
All right, right now, Rob, is this, what is it, 9 o'clock? So this is first take.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, what would be a successful rookie season for Victor Wembanyama? How would you answer that? If you were on first take today, Stephen A. called you up and said, hey, you down there, Rob. What's a successful rookie year for Wemby?
Spurs win 35 games.
Okay.
He averages he averages double figures in
20 and 13
in 2 of the 3 or 4 categories we're going to grade him on. So I'd like to see double figures in shots and assists, shots and blocks, whatever. We need a double-double on 2 on a regular basis.
It's going to be points and boards.
Whatever, but, I'd also like to see 4 or 5 blocks a game, dude. Come on, that's what we're going to set you up defensively to protect the rim, and you're going to be able to get some. So I'm looking at it first and foremost. I want wins. That's going to be the final proof. But I think you need to have respectable numbers in 2 of those categories and maybe double-digit minutes played. 20 minutes a game?
More than that.
No, I'm talking about sum total minutes divided by 82. We come to 20 minutes a game because there'll be a lot of games he's not going to play. Let's be real on this. He's going to take some nights off. And when he does, but when he does play 30 minutes a game,
Rob, he's going to play way more than 20 minutes a game.
No, I'm saying, but he'll take some nights off. I don't believe he's going to play.
Maybe nights off, but when he's out there,
total minutes played divided by 82 games. I want it to come out to 20 plus. Now he might only play in 60 of those games, and when he does, I want him 30 minutes. Yeah. But I think total minutes played over the season. I want him to come out 20 minutes or better because he's going to miss some.
Why is he going to miss a bunch of games?
Because this is what Spurs do.
He's not. No, they do that for guys that are old.
No, but we want him to grow old with us. I mean, Tim started load managing when he was 26. We would just call it plantar fasciitis. He's going to take some nights off. This is the league. It is what it is.
But in the meeting, he told them he wants to play when he wants to play.
Yeah, and he'll want to play a lot. But in January, when you wake up tired and sore and you're rolling into your 4th game in 6 days, maybe it's a night to take off.
I'm not liking the way this is sounding. And another thing, you didn't say Rookie of the Year.
I don't. That doesn't mean anything to me.
First team all rookie.
Well,
if Shohan is second, I can.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, first team all rookie. He probably get that no matter what he does.
Waking up, falling out of bed.
So I think that's a respectable season. Now the expectations are certainly Rookie of the Year. The expectations are going to be you better be getting 25 and 12, not 12 and 10 as far as rebounds.
I think 25 and 12 is doable.
Yeah,
25 is a bit much because I mean Keldon and you got guys other guys out there that can score. Now he did say he watched a lot of Joker. So only reason why I'm bringing that up is because I don't think he's going to be able to have the touch and the feel and the find in his first year. But considering the double teams he's going to see and teams showing the more than one look, I hope over the few years he develops the ability to pass the ball and he's averaging around 6-7 assists. I'm not asking him to average 10 assists like Joker, but 5 or 6 with the looks he's going to receive, I don't think that's too much to ask.
That comes down, and this is a very interesting question when you're dealing with a guy like Wemby, because if you're Pop, you certainly want him to be Joker plus.
Right.
Because he's got more gifts than Joker has. God gave Wemby more.
Oh, right.
But Joker is the best passing big man I've ever seen. And the way
ever.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. But the way he passes will never be what Wemby does, because Joker is a better passer with his back to the basket, I think, than he is facing the basket. Well, Wemby's going to be facing the basket 99% of the time when he has the ball. So he's going to have to be a look-off type, a bounce pass type, a different kind of passer. But I would be playing Luka stuff on a reel whenever Wemby walks in. And just, if you can drop 5 dimes a game, your life gets so much easier. Just as a player, Vic. If you suddenly become a pass threat,
right?
That the double team comes and you drop dimes over the top like you're capable of, oh my God. But that's 5 years from now. For us to expect that. But man, I'd love to watch him do that.
No, same here. I was just, wondering. I said again, we're the talk of the town.
But he's going to be doing it without a vet. It looks like he's going to be starting the season without a seasoned vet in the room, at least to kind of take him through that first step in his professional journey. We know there's a couple of point guards out there that would be ideal to kind of help Wemby out. Fred VanVleet and CP3. Man, we've talked about him a lot over the last couple of days, and both of them bring things that the Spurs could definitely use. But
yeah, LJ Ellis said he asked the Spurs source about the possibility. He shot it down quickly. Quote, "The plan is to avoid big, costly mistakes and to slowly build this thing out. See what you have first, see what you need, see what can be grown organically, and go from there." That was according to LJ Ellis of Spurs Talk from a Spurs source.
I like it when you go, "Hey, what's your plan?" And the first response is, "Our first part of the plan is not to make a mistake."
I guess.
Good. I'm glad that's part of your planning. But how can you plan not to make a mistake? That just tells me that they know this, that they're going to do everything that Wemby wants us to do. Now, it might not be exactly how it works out,
right?
But we're going to do basically everything he wants. You want a foot massage therapist that travels with you? Come on. You want a Koulibaly? If we can go get him, we'll go get him. But we're not going to go pay for a guy to do something that we don't have in the plans. There's not going to be a point guard coming around the bend in the next 2 years. And if there is an experienced point guard that does land in San Antonio, he'll be the captain of the second team.
Kielbasa Smoke League phone lines. Y'all are underestimating how good this guy is. It's rookie of the year or bust. Rob, come on, you're being a little bit super conservative. I guess you talking about how many games he would miss.
I'm a realist here. I know what Scoot Henderson is going to look like next year, and he's going to look a lot further along than Wemby is. He's been running.
I don't know about that. I'm not saying I'm not going to call him a bust if you don't get it, Rob, but I need him to be the rookie of the year. Like, this is too much. There's too much. Look, we talk, there's Grant Hill, there's your Jason Kidds, your LeBrons, your Tims. Like, he is in that realm. He's supposed to win Rookie of the Year,
He's
Rob.
supposed to, and it has a leg up. I'm not saying he shouldn't and won't, but
I ain't calling him a bust if he don't, but he should win. He better win Rookie of the Year. Come on now. All this, you had half the league trying to get you. You're supposed to win Roy.
Last year, Paolo earned it.
You see what I'm saying?
And I'd have no reason to dispute or to think that there won't be, at the very least, the same kind of numbers. Scotty Barnes the year before, LaMelo Ball, John Morant, Luka Doncic, Ben Simmons, Malcolm Brogdon. He should win it, but I won't hold it against him if he doesn't.
No, me neither.
Because he's going to be going against a dude that is also generational. That if he wasn't here,
he'd be number one.
He would be number one. There wouldn't be talk about him or Brandon Miller and Fit and yada, yada. We'd be talking about Scoot the way we talk about guys every 5 years, 6, 7 years. And I think he's going to have every bit of it. I don't think it's a disgrace. Now, should we expect it? Under some coaches, yes. But I also think that Pop has a night that maybe I don't want him to be Rookie of the Year. I don't want him to do a lot of this stuff that eventually we're not going to ask him to do.
Look, it don't take much. So don't take much. And look, we did a lot. They did, like we talked about all show long. Brian Wright been setting this up for a couple years. You've been setting this up for a couple years. I need something. Need something, Rob.
Wins. That's all you need. Wins.
All right.
And looking at the Rookie of the Year, another bit to the argument is,
talk to me.
To be Rookie of the Year, you kind of got to have the ball in your hand a lot.
And he will.
Well, I'm talking about Scotty Barnes. Nah, he's a big in the purest sense of the word. Paolo handles the ball the way that
true, like Luka did and everybody else.
LaMelo handled the ball. John Morant, Luka Doncic, Ben Simmons, Malcolm Brogdon, all the way back to 2016. These are all guys handling the ball. The last true big to win it was Karl Anthony Towns in 2015. So, if you don't control your destiny, if you're not,
but he handles it a lot,
and then that's going to be that we think he will. I expect him to. And if he does play a little bit of that point forward kind of thing that I think he's capable of, then Rookie of the Year is a shoe-in. I just don't think he's going to get that kind of opportunity yet. And I think maybe I am being conservative. I think maybe I'm trying to temper expectations because, my God,
that's what you're doing.
He's 7'5" freak, the greatest prospect since LeBron, and I'm not advocating Rookie of the Year. Shut the hell up, Rob. I get it.
Yeah.
If he's LeBron, he better win that and MVP, and we better be in a damn playoffs.
Or in the finals in 4 years like LeBron.
But he didn't get the playoffs that first year.
No.
So we'll save that for him. Hey, more Wemby talk. We'll look around the league, and your calls coming up next. You're on R&R, and this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Anytime we get together, we never know if it's going to be the time that will make the memory that we never forget.
One Night with Dave Chappelle. Live in concert. July 12th, AT&T Center. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Subscribe to Chappelle's podcast, The Midnight Miracle on Luminary, to get info and special ticket access to select venues.
The most exciting jewelry buying opportunity is happening right now at Diamonds Direct. Pick any jewelry item and get up to 5 years special interest financing or take up to $5,000 off right now. Everyone's loving this because you get to design your ring and your payment plan and take advantage of our most flexible options ever. Hurry, this amazing offer ends June 30th. Enjoy financing for up to 5 whole years or get our best ever sales price. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com. On approved credit.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there.
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter.
See every angle with dual cameras,
Make it a double.
all on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only at one per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Have you seen the cost of eggs lately? With these prices, we'd barely be scraping by if it weren't for Dave. It's the banking app that it $500 instantly. There's no interest, late fees, or credit checks. No joke. You can get extra cash for anything your family needs. Download the Dave app now or go to dave.com. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter.
See every angle with dual cameras,
Make it a double.
all on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only at one per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
When you wake up well rested on a great mattress, everything becomes clear.
I should really give my dad a call.
Things you missed when you were tired suddenly come to light.
Wow, I'm a morning person.
At Mattress Firm, we know the right mattress matters. And at our 4th of July sale, you can get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700 on select Sealy mattresses. Shop in-store or online at mattressfirm.com. The right mattress matters. We'll find yours. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning.
It's R&R on a draft day. Yeah, we are chasing Wemby, and the chase ends tonight just after 7 o'clock as the draft broadcasted live here on San Antonio Sports Star. We'll catch it right here. Rudy and I will be out at the Rue Pub. We hope you will be too. Things get going at 2, and we'll be going all evening long. Jason and Joe will be broadcasting. We'll be there as well. Tim Spence is going to head out to the Spurs HQ post-draft. We'll be hearing directly from Brian Wright and Pop. Then on Saturday morning, James and Jack and Katie, the Saturday morning hangover crew, will be broadcasting live from the AT&T Center as we get to meet Mr. Wemby on his first official visit to San Antonio. That will be the beginning of the Wemby era as he comes to San Antonio post-draft.
I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you really, really ready, though? Like, really?
No. I don't think anybody really understands how far and what is going to be going on here over the next week. And the ramifications of him arriving are just tenfold. There's the money that's going to come flowing through from, because of Victor Wemby, from restaurants to bar owners to T-shirt sales on Calabria and Hildebrand. It's all coming. And it starts tonight.
Pop is rolling around the city looking for Wemby murals.
Yeah, he's just cruising around Southtown. Got mad at a graffiti type. Hey, no, that's art.
Poor dude's got to be in the house the rest of his career.
You know,
you can't move around San Antonio. We don't have much. We see you.
It's hard to fathom
Which part?
The amount of pressure that Wemby is going to be dealing with. Now, whether you feel pressure or not, that's up to the individual, but pressure can be applied in a lot of different ways. Wemby yesterday, talking to the national press, talked about the desire to be the best and how that applies to pressure. This is him on wanting to be what we expect him to be.
I'm trying to be the best. So being the best, it's not only on the court. There's whole dimensions of in the job of a basketball player, of an NBA player. And I want to be the best also at the media, the press conference, and all this stuff. So it's, I don't like to do things halfway. So I'm trying to enjoy it, and I enjoy it.
Did y'all hear that? Spurs Central.
What was that other stuff about the
media and press conferences? Get out the way. If he wants to be a media guy and he wants to be out in front of the media, let him be. I know what goes on in the Spurs house stays in the Spurs house, and unless you're talking to La Quip or the Argentinian paper, you don't really get any breaking news from them. But if he wants to be the best media NBA player he can be, to make him available to everyone. I'm not just talking about San Antonio. I'm talking about to whoever. He wants to go on First Take, or he wants to go on Get Up, or go holler at Skip over there on whatever the case may be. Just get out the way and let him be.
And let him be.
Yes.
I think he thinks he's ready.
I think he'll give him advice on how he feels like he should handle it. Because I think sometimes when you are one of these media guys, that what we do then is we take everything you say and twist it. And then next thing you know, you got in-house turmoil because he said, oh, well, maybe we could get more from Keldon. And then the national media runs with that, and then we run with it. And the next thing you know, there's Keldon trade rumors, and there's an internal beef, and it's caused by it. So I get why you kind of want to keep people away from the media, because we've seen it before. That's why Dwayne Wade and LeBron James would go to the podium together. This way, nothing could be misconstrued. Right. Westbrook and KD. Because if you don't do those things, then next thing you know, people like us, we're searching for storylines. We start twisting your words and stuff. But if he wants to be all he can be in the media and at press conferences, Rob, who are we to argue?
Well,
you see me working.
I mean, yeah, I get you.
You see me working?
This is a 19-year-old kid that you're going to give free rein and a microphone. It's always a little scary. And you wonder, how much pressure does he feel? I mean, as popular as he is and the hype that goes behind it, he does live in a kind of bubble. You know what I mean?
Yes,
there is this.
He's the
buffer.
Eiffel Tower, absolutely.
Yeah, there's this buffer around him to kind of shield him from pressure. But I was told during the playoffs that pressure was a privilege. I wonder how much pressure Wemby actually feels. Let's hear from him.
No, I don't feel any pressure on my shoulders or what. And I think the reason is because I try to live free. I'm trying to be like a free mind at all times. And the way I play is just the way I truly want to play, and I've wanted to play my whole life. So it's just, this is me. And I'm trying to show my true personality on the court and just be myself.
That's Wemby speaking to the pressure. Well, let me tell you something. You better feel some damn pressure. We have expectations.
Well, some of us don't think he needs to win Rookie of the Year, Rob.
I will give you that. I'll give you. You don't have to win Rookie of the Year. You got to win games. We have expectations. We have been here before.
Right.
You are the number one overall pick, the most hyped player in history, and certainly since LeBron. You better feel some pressure, dude. You better have some idea about coming to earn a little bit of this money, because it ain't going to be handed to you.
But he has higher expectations for himself than we have for him, according to him. That's why he doesn't feel the pressure, because he's already hard on himself. That's from the book of Kobe. That's from the book of Jordan, book of Brady. You name it. Y'all can't put more pressure on me than I put on myself.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah. How long do we give him?
Give him
Does
for
he get
what?
a whole season before we get mad at him for anything?
Oh, my rule is 3.
3 years?
Yeah.
because
he is 19.
He is 19 years old, and he comes to us unlike any other athlete, not because he's foreign, but because he's coming from such a major market and such an urban area. I mean, he's the number one basketball player in a country that now has basketball probably not a close second, but a nearly second place behind soccer. The French love them some hoops.
I think it's probably second, or is it like F1 or something like that?
I don't think it's F1. I think
tennis.
hoops is.
I think it's hoops is second. Gotta be.
I think so. He comes from a foreign country where basketball's a big deal. He's been a part of the news cycle there for at least 4 years, since he was 15, 14 years of age.
I don't think Tony had the Yao Ming effect. Can Wemby?
I think Tony did to some extent, but it's manifesting now. Yao became a superstar just because there was nothing. I mean, the Chinese never seen anything like it, and immediately the gear came. I don't think a bunch of people are buying Tony Parker gear in 2008, but I do think that
Well, can Wemby do that?
Oh, I think he already is. I think there's going to be a whole lot of Spurs jerseys floating around Paris.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the hell's going on in France. They could already be ravaged. Rabid, excuse me.
I think they're rabid, but I don't think it's Yao was very different than what I think, because Yao was the first.
Right.
And he was selling back to a billion Chinese. I mean, the floodgates open. Tony went back to France, bought the team, has been active in the growth of the game, has sent guys. I mean, obviously, the team that he had Wemby. I mean, so he's been very much part and parcel of the growth of French basketball. And I think Yao was the godfather, the beginning.
True.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair. So it's two different things, and a billion people.
And the French aren't going to ever hold the NBA hostage like the Chinese did.
No comment.
Ask Daryl Morey whether they hold them hostage or not.
No.
Hey, we want to round out the rough edges and get you ready for the draft and catch you up with things you might have missed as the draft gets going tonight here on San Antonio Sports Star. We don't want you to miss it. We'll go down the rest of the mock draft. Look at what's possible with 2 number 2s. Who do you want to see him take late? And your calls. We'll be right back. Man, I cannot believe we're here, but we're here. This is R&R. You're on 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star. I want to tell you real quickly about Kinetico water softeners. I talk all the time about the value that they bring to your home, but there are so many things behind the scenes that you might not have considered that you're probably dealing with your water softener like I used to. You ever go to take a shower and the dishwasher is on and the hose is on outside and somebody else is watching something in another bathroom and the water is flowing like crazy and your water softener just can't keep up? Kinetico water systems provide the highest system flow rates in the industry. Your new water system will provide you with up to 2 times the supply of clean, soft water that the competition can. And yes, this means you can do laundry, enjoy a shower, run a load of dishes, all at the same time. Today's households demand high flow rates, and they have them at Kinetico. That's just one of the many benefits to the Kinetico water softener, because they work with a twin tank design, which means they're going to work between the 2 tanks 24/7 and toggle back and forth between the tanks, so no one will ever actually use all the water. It'll keep refilling regardless of your water use. And by the way, it only works when you want it to work. The water softeners don't waste water. They work only when you turn on the water faucets or anything else without any confusing programming. Kinetico systems eliminate the waste and hard water breakthrough common in competitors' models. That's just the beginning. You want to find out how good Kinetico really is? Well, guess what? Kinetico has an offer for you. For the next 90 days, you can have a Kinetico in your home up to 75% more efficient than any other water softener, free of charge. Listen to me. No commitment. All you need is the number 656 Pure. Kinetico will come to your home, put in a perfect water softening system for your home, and you're going to find out over the next 90 days how valuable it is. And on that 91st day, you're going to be just like me. You're going to be a Kinetico customer. Go to KineticoSA.com for all the details. But know this, if you want the very best, it's available to you right now, and you don't even have to pay anything. Find out what we all know, that Kinetico is the best water softener for San Antonio and South Texas. Call 656 Pure today. Make sure it's in your home, and when it is, I know you're going to be thanking me later.
The number 1 pick in the 2023 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
It's the NBA draft and Wemby to the Spurs. Live coverage tonight at 6 on your home for Wemby Mania. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We see some patients who come in and they have been in just so much pain for so long that they are just deflated.
But that's about to change because QC Kinetics provides hope for relief using all new regenerative treatments that concentrate your body's own healing properties into aching hips, back, shoulders, and knees. And Dr. Zuckerman, a medical director at QC Kinetics, loves watching the patient transformations.
One of the most amazing things is when I get to see a patient who, after a few months of our treatments, is just a completely different person. They are smiling and happy, and the weight of the world is off their shoulders because we were able to take away their pain.
And that's with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime.
It's just amazing to be able to change people's lives like that. It's very gratifying.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. From the space you have, to the features you want, to the savings you need. Like a new GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours, without you ever having to transfer the load over. Get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets in-store and online at the Home Depot.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
I was in a terrible accident with a commercial vehicle. I had to have surgery on my back. My life was turned upside down and I was completely screwed. Then I called the Fours, the Davis law firm. Jeff personally handled my case. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $397,988. It's really true. Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi, folks. It's Rudy J. I want to take a moment to talk to you about advertising on San Antonio Sports Star. We get this question quite a bit, so here's how it goes. You contact Morgan Harrison via email. Her email is morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. From there, she will have one of our folks connect with you on how you can advertise right here on San Antonio Sports Star, or since Alpha Media is a full-service advertising company, online, other radio stations, or even television, since that's just about all through the internet. Happy Connect.
This Saturday at Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock. It's another Tejano Saturday featuring the Conjunto Cats. Enjoy $3 Bud Light, $4 Domestics, $4 Cheetos, and $5 Jameson. Plus, the kitchen's open till midnight. Dive Bar, 6422 Babcock, a free rides venue.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Rudy and Rob with you, just a couple hours away from the next signpost event in the San Antonio's history as they draft Victor Wembanyama. And really, of course, we start looking to, going from happiness to the great expectations part of the Wemby draft. What do we expect from him? I mean, literally, and we're talking, and I was called out, and I rightfully so, on the Kielbasa Smoke Meat phone lines, that I'm being too conservative here. If he is as hyped as if he is everything he's supposed to be, anything less then Rookie of the Year
uncivilized.
would be an embarrassment. Somebody didn't live up to the bill. Either the Spurs didn't give him enough, he didn't bring enough, or he just wasn't enough. But whatever the case, he didn't live up to what was expected. And we've talked about the amount of hyperbole behind him as he arrives. Seth Greenberg is a college basketball analyst. Now, he comes to this as a college basketball coach and an understanding guy in talent. He is not an NBA coach, and he'll be the first one to tell you that. But he does have an eye for talent. This is what he expects from Wemby.
A good goal for him would be to have them be good enough where they're in the hunt for a playoff, be Rookie of the Year. He's terrific, but I just think that we're all unrealistic. It's going to be hard. This is the most exclusive club. It's not going to just happen at 7'5" or 7'7", 209 pounds. It doesn't happen that way overnight. He's going to be terrific. But I think people need to have a little bit of understanding of what he's getting into and have a little patience. It's going to be fun to watch him. He's in a great organization. He'll be in a good culture.
Yeah, easily said. You better run Rookie of the Year, man. You better be in. Okay, maybe not Rookie of the Year. How about this for a logical expectation? I want to see a Wemby highlight on the SportsCenter Top 10 at least once a week.
You know what? They're gonna do that. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Isn't that enough?
No. You know how many highlight reel guys there in the league that have done nothing? I'm down because I want to see the Spurs on SportsCenter. I would love to see Van Pelt breaking down Wemby once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to happen because there's so much hype around him. But that ain't enough.
No, it's got to be Rookie of the Year.
But I'm not in I know how hard it is, and I know how long it takes to win a title. Like, we can be patient with the title, but I need to see him being this best prospect of all time in all sports. I need to see the signs of that pretty much right away.
Let's hear from the godfather of San Antonio sports. Don Harris talked about what makes Wemby so unique.
What does make him?
He is a unique cat. You see him get interviewed with shades on?
Because of his uniqueness, right? I mean, there's never been a guy this tall with these skills. I mean, he's got literally he doesn't have Steph's handles, but he's not far off.
Whoa.
And he doesn't have KD's jumper, but he's really close.
Whoa.
And, I mean, think about when KD is trying to be guarded by a normal forward in the NBA who can't stop him because he's 6'11" and he gets a shot off over a guy guarding him who's 6'8". Wembanyama is half a foot taller than KD. Who's going to guard him? So it's that kind of potential, I think, that is the freak factor. Like, obviously he's got to be developed. And when you look at like what the Spurs did with Kawhi, who couldn't shoot a lick when he first got to the NBA, he will have to be developed. But I think you're right, Joe. I think the thing that's going to be a little bit shocking for Spurs fans with all this hype is that he may not be the player that you're expecting day one. In fact, I think Brandon Miller is the best player right now and perhaps will have the best rookie year and make the most impact of a guy who's a grown man who can come in and play right away. I think Wemby's going to be the better player long term. I think everybody thinks he is and can be an all-time great, but the hype is over what he can be and the freak factor that he's 7'4",
5
and can do the things that he can do.
A couple things there. First of all, Kevin Durant's 7'1". Don't let him lie to you and tell you he's 6'11". He's 7'1". He just doesn't like to think about it. So the closest comparison in the NBA is Durant, and I think it's an apt one. Think about guys his size or less guarding him. He's a cheat code, and that's what we expect from Wemby. And if we expect that, we better get that.
Brandon Miller, the best player in the draft as a grown man. I think a grown man. He's 19 too. I mean, Wemby and Wemby been playing against grown men, like legit grown men, legit NBA pros. So I like Brandon Miller a lot. I don't think he's going to be the best player out of this draft. I don't even have him ahead of Scoot. He might not be ahead of the Thompson twins. So, but whatever. I mean, that's Don's opinion. None of us will know we're right until we let it play out.
He's the best player in college. Scoot's the best player, not in college and not European. And Wemby is the best in the world. I think that's what everybody is actually saying. Expectations are going to be huge. And that within the first 2 sentences from Pop Tonight post-draft will be something like this.
What?
Temper your expectations. This is a long road.
Yes.
I
You
would
know
be
what?
saying that
You
at
know what?
every turn
Yes.
on Pop. Temper
I
your
don't want to hear that, but
expectations.
yes.
This is a long, long
And
road.
I agree. But I'm trying to sell some season tickets and some shirts and some stuff.
That's done. You don't have to worry about that. That is completely taken care of it.
Yeah.
Rudy and I got a lot of tape to watch and prep for what will be a fine show at the Roo Pub. We'll see you tonight.
Oh,
we got another hour.
Yeah,
Another minute.
Not another hour.
Dang it.
Whoa, slow down.
Dang
Killer.
it. Okay, here's the schedule of events today.
Yeah.
We're out at 2 at the Roo Pub. The boys will get busy. We're going to be there to close the night out with the boys from 2 to, we figure, about 8 o'clock. There is a deal going on at the Roo Pub. Go hang out. Get there early. The Wemby Burger. Get yourself a fancy burger. It's $1. Trust me, it's going to be really good. It's got foie gras and truffles and all kinds of
Jason
stuff.
is to eat it as is.
When we're forcing them to do that, you got Yingling available to you, both the lagers and the flights, and we know how good that'll be available. That's only for $1. Come out and join us. It's going to be a memorable kind of a night. You're going to remember where you were when people ask you, Grandpa, where were you when they brought in Victor Wembanyama those 9 titles ago?
I was at the Roo.
I was at the Roo where I was when we drew the envelope way back when. I can't believe we're finally here. You ready for this?
Absolutely. See y'all.
If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. We'll see you tonight at the Roo Pub. Y'all be cool.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow